Okay. So you guys found yourselves coming into the entrance of what's the city called New Mundrick with the new son of Mixos by your guys' side. He was he's in a plated piece of armor that has a single sun symbol in the center of it, and he tells you that he has joined a legions called the Sun Keepers. As you guys entered town here, you noticed that there was a couple people nearing the center of town. As more people were starting to build up in the center of town, it became quite clear that there was a message being put across. There was a man with a large sword on his back standing in town with broad shoulders and short cut hair. And then next to him was a person in all armor and two blades to their sides. As they went to pull their helmet off, you saw that there was long blonde hair that came out of it. And you saw that it was a woman addressing the crowd. As well, along with all of this, you guys... what also happened was Anthrax had a little bit of a journey. Anthrax went back to the plain lands and found good old Dean, and the carriage kind of flipped over and damaged. With the help of Anthrax, him and Dean were able to get the carriage back together, flip it over, and proceed north towards the new city. With Anthrax carrying a stick to try to kite along the horse or Dean, or a little bit unsure.
The stick was for Dean to look at and follow the stick. It wasn't for the horse. I don't know where you got the idea that he was trying to lead specifically the horse.
You should have said that, but it's okay.
It was pretty obvious.
I thought it was just
stand in front of the horse. Okay, follow the stick because he's not in his ghosty form. He's just invisible.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
They began to lead it to the outskirts of the new city, New Mundrick. So you guys are here in this bustling city with these built-up walls. But you can see that some of the walls are still within development. You can see around town that there is a couple of buildings that are being constructed. You can see that lots of people are doing very handy work, trying to put up boards, trying to put up housing and tenting. You can see that people are still constructing roofs on already built and living in structures. But right in the center of town is the large completed church. It is very much this marvel to see something so large that goes over top of the walls. It is so large. You can see that it's a beautiful structure where it's got like a nice bit of handcrafted stonework put into the outside of it as well, and has some arching double set doors at the front of it. But it is just outside the church here that you can see that there is a woman here addressing the crowd. And that's pretty much where we are. You guys are led into town by a few of the guard soldiers here. And what would you guys like to be doing?
I just look around and say, so guys, what's our goals here? We traveling or are we waiting? And I look over at Todd. It's like, Todd, you think Anthrax is gonna get the cart here?
He'll probably get it. I have faith in Dad.
Okay, I wonder how long that's gonna take.
No clue.
I wonder if Dean will be with them. Either way, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting pretty hungry. We should look for some food, some rations or something somewhere. They gotta be cooked something around here, right? Well, last place at least had some decent food.
Yeah, you can see that some of the soldiers that were by you guys, leading you guys in, can overhear like a bit of your conversation and turns back to you. Evan, and he just addresses you and he's like, the local inn has a good set of food. There's probably be good to fill your bellies there. It's
sounds like a capital idea.
It's to the northwest of town. You'll pass housing area and the housing district. You guys are more than welcome, but yeah, you guys look strong and able-bodied. We'd love to keep you around. As he kind of nods to you guys and turns his back and goes towards the center of town here.
Did that man just try and hit on us?
I think he did.
It was very ominous. Like, he'd like to keep us around. I don't know if he was threatening us or if he's inviting us.
And then Caleb, your son, just like pipes up and he's just like, he's not hitting on you guys. You guys look able-bodied. Like, you guys...
I mean, why is he checking out our body? I mean, I know I'm pretty buff, and like I flex, but my biceps, the bottom.
You can see that he just watches you and he's just like, yeah, I really don't know where you guys come from. But
I mean, he's a little off the mark. He's not even bodied, and just pointing at me. So, it's like, really.
I know it's a little strange, to be honest.
Anyways, I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry. I could use a rest.
I could eat. It's a shame we don't have any more of those fish.
Hey,
I couldn't taste them, but I'm sure it was good for me.
You guys have been talking about, like, you guys had a lot of information about the ratlings, though. You guys had way more information than we did.
Well, that's because we killed an awful lot of them.
Right.
You know.
I'm pretty sure those ratlings were trying to put something in the water to make the grungs gay, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they killed an awful lot of grungs there, so I'm not sure that's what they were going for. But they might be putting something in the water to make the rest of us gay.
So then... Yeah, so if you guys go to the inn at the northwest, could I borrow one of you and you guys come with me and maybe you can help us try to decipher some of this? Because you guys...
we don't split the party.
Decipher what?
I mean, if we need to do that before we go to the inn,
Well, I'm feeling right as rain. I could go with you, lad.
I just pull out my all-purpose tool that I hopefully have now attuned to, and hit a little click and set a cantrip so I can use it now for the next 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, just on the safe side. Then I guess we follow him to whatever information depot we're supposed to talk to.
Oh, you all want to go with him?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going.
Sure.
I'm definitely going.
So
back in a sec. I'll go as well, but I just gotta take care of something here.
Okay.
Gertie's like, yeah, we're not gonna split the party.
Yeah, so you guys came from the west side of town?
Last time that happened, I almost died.
So as you guys go from the west side of town, you guys pass across the large church. You can see that the scale and size of it, just as you guys go by it, is so large. And the front two doors of it, the arching doors, are wide open. You can even see to the inside, there's a ton of lanterns and candles that are lit with many people in robes on the inside of the building. But as you guys cross it, you guys go to like the stairway that leads up the side of the wall. And as you guys climb the side of it, you can see out into the plain lands outwards from the wall on the other side. You can see that there are 6 torches that are lit, being held by ratlings about 100 feet away from the structure in town.
Like just walking openly?
They're not walking, they're standing.
They're standing openly?
They are standing openly.
Wait, okay. So, did I hear on a wall? Oh, I think I...
You guys walked up the staircase on the wall of the town.
We're looking out into like the valley, and we can see these.
You can see 6 ratlings standing out there.
On the other side of the wall?
Yes. Standing there with torches. 6 of them.
I'm gonna start the Visk and go, lad, are those yours? And point at the rats.
No, but we've gone and talked to them, and they say some very interesting things. We just have only met these regular ratlings. I don't know what you talk about these freakish mutations and this Lord of Hunger business, but if what you say is true, then they might be up to something greater than what we can imagine.
I'm looking at these rats a few 100 feet away, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have a problem with them.
Someone convinced me not to shoot them right now, otherwise,
Let's not shoot them.
When we confronted them, they said that their blood to be spilled was for the Lord of Hunger. Not that
they say that a lot.
Not that any of us knew what it was.
You just said that they weren't talking about the Lord of Hunger, and now you're saying that they're talking about the Lord of Hunger.
We don't know what it is. We have no idea what it is.
Yeah, Lord of Hunger, no good.
Yeah. From what you guys tell us, yeah.
I mean,
we just thought they were just shithead rat hat. Like
we've seen what they can do.
Okay. So we have to take them seriously.
Of course.
Absolutely seriously. Deadly seriously.
I mean, if you value the life of your citizens.
Of course.
If not, then up to you. I don't care.
No, of course we do. What? Why would you even...
I mean, there was plenty of people in the last place where we were at didn't particularly care. Well, at least two people. At least two people didn't care.
It's not that we didn't care. It's just there's a new way of thinking here.
Like?
So what I'm hearing is you're progressives and they're conservatives? I mean, there's no reason not to get along.
You guys should see the relic as he begins to walk down the stairs.
Oh, great, they've got a relic.
We following a cult here? I just kind of whispered where
we might.
He's like, is this a cult?
It might be a cult.
I mean, I've never encountered a cult before, but I think this sounds like a cult.
I think my dad knows about cults. Damn, I wish you were here.
That's rough. I don't know how to take that. Why would your dad know about cults?
Yeah, he every once in a while, when he's close enough, he can telepathically talk in my head, and he likes to talk about some things. A lot of weird things.
That's really... You're sure this is your dad and not some demonic entity, right?
I mean, I'm starting to worry the fact that, like, I gotta sleep with one eye open around you two.
But I'm not violent. I'm just an asshole.
But
he's a little
easily
violent.
Influenced by this entity that's cult worshippers or something. I don't even know the full extent of what you're referring to, and it's scary. You know, the mind fears the unknown.
He started up a couple of cults here and there. I'll let him talk about it.
Wait, was
your ghost dad's a cult leader?
You know, I'm more inclined to be okay with a cult leader rather than a cult follower because, you know, maybe a cult leader is just very charismatic.
Let's just hope he doesn't find Dean. Anyway.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that last comment. Let's go.
As you guys go back down the stairways off of the side of the structure, you guys follow behind, and you can see that the town is bustling still. Lots of people are moving materials. Lots of people are shipping food in and out of the door here. You can see that some people are entering some of the inn or some other buildings that seem of interest. So one looks like it could be a bar. One looks like it's like a warehouse and supply place. But they lead you back. He leads you back to the church. And where you guys enter into it, you can see that there's 5 hooded figures But you can see here that there is a lot of candles lit, and you can see that up on the top of the building here, it almost just looks like a bunch of star patterns, almost like they're trying to like recreate the galaxy. And you can see that there's a blazing sun posted into the middle of it on the top of the structure here. You can feel that there's this extra bit of warmth within the building here, as if all of the candlelight and all the lanterns are even warming up the inside here. As you guys enter, all of the small chit chatter begins to get quiet as people begin to look at you guys. On the left and the right sides of the walls are different depictions of very different events, one after another. There's about 4 sets of them before you guys come to the center of the church, and there's a pedestal with a single, like, it's almost like a small, like a paper, like a portrait, put into a frame, and it's just placed there.
What is the picture of?
We need to get closer to look at it.
This is the relic. This is where all of our beliefs come from. Listen.
I swear, if I get up there, you know what? Lad.
Picture of Saint Frog.
May I ask you something? Do you feel like something is just off? There's just something in the ether that you just cannot remember. Something isn't right. Where almost everybody seems to have this feeling. Where something just is missing in everybody's memory.
Like, something's coming in the air tonight.
Yeah, but...
Look, I woke up about 3 days ago in a new body with absolutely no memories. So yeah, that's speaking to me quite strong there. But that's some real cult behavior there.
Like there's something, there's an answer to be searching for.
You're not helping yourself any.
But we're just trying to figure it out.
You just fill the void of uncertainty with something else. I mean, I turn to, well, my inventions, and that's usually how I get by. Just knowing that as long as I create the next item.
And some people turn to alcohol. Some people turn to all kinds of things. But there is a clear emptiness in all of us here. There's something that all of us are missing.
Look, I already have a religion. You're not getting me to join yours.
You do?
Yes.
Does it fill all the answers that you need?
I don't think anything will fill all of the answers that you need. And that's something people just have to get over.
We had a group.
I don't know, divination mages, they've got a lot of answers, you know? It's like,
that's scary.
They really seem to know what's going on.
We had a group go past Vox Hollow and climb the hillside up to the abandoned manor. And they came back with this. One of them came back with this.
All right, you won me over here. I'm curious. What the hell am I looking to look? Do I get to look at this thing, or is this going to be just like a mystery about?
You see that the 5 mages circle you guys as you guys all go to look at it. They are all like within a star pattern around you all. They have their hoods up and their long red cloaks or their long red robes touch the ground. As you guys go to look at the picture here, you can see that they have placed it in glass. And you can see that it's kind of like stood up on this pedestal. This is a clear image where you can see the backs of the picture is made where you are viewing it from the back inward. So you can see that on the bottom of the page, there is 5 individuals who stand there. You can see that one is a slimmer, older man with a hand out to his side with his thumb up and a coin almost being flicked into the air. The next one is a tall, strong, broad-shouldered man that you can see that his feet are being covered almost by ice, and he is holding a big, broad axe. The next one you can see is in long wizard robes and has no hair on his head. You can see that he has a scabbard to his side with no sword, but you can see that to his shoulder is a sword that floats. Next to him is a thinner elven man, and you can only tell from the backside that he is an elf because of his pointy ears. You can see that he is in a light leather outfit, except for the giant thick leathered pad that comes off his shoulder and goes all the way down to the cuff of his hand, and you can see that there is a giant bird rested on his shoulder. And beside him is a man in a very light set of robes. He's got no hair as well, but in the cup of his hand is what seems to be a human skull. In the center of the picture is a woman with long flowing hair, almost angelic-like, hovering. You can see that she has a dress on that flows and has patterns of roses. You can see that her arms are stretched out from side to side with two very long, extended, thin blades. But what's so spectacular about the blades is that they seem to peel rose petals consistently off of the blades. Up at the top of the page seems to be a large cosmic rock with what seems to be thick streaks that come out of all ends of it in wavy kind of lines, kind of like almost like S-pattern shapes coming out of like a cosmic rock. They turn to you all. And then Evan, I would like you to give me either an investigation or any kind of other intelligence check.
Way to pick my key stat. Let's see here. Investigation would be a 19.
Evan, you can see on the top right corner of the frame here a single red strand of hair.
No, it's not the same one. Do I recognize it as...
Absolutely.
Good God.
What?
I just look around and just go to reach out and pluck the hair and see if anyone tries to stop me from touching this holy relic.
You see that many of the mages are just they all put their hands up in the air, as you can see like symbols almost begin to form in their hands. And they see that you're not actually reaching for the frame at the last moment. And then you just almost like as if you just took something away from something so perfect and just pluck the hair away. And they all put their hands back down.
I pretend not to notice that part. Just looking at the hair.
Caleb,
I'm gonna get really close to this picture.
Okay.
And without touching it,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to inspect the man who has a sword floating next to him.
Okay.
And a bald ass head.
What would you like to know?
I want to know if I recognize this person. Because I think I recognize this person.
Give me a history.
As the person
give me
the Statue of Wonder.
Give me a history check with advantage.
Oh boy, with advantage?
You said a township directly correlated with maybe some results.
Oh, that's literally the worst roll I've ever rolled in this campaign. A 10 even.
10 total?
4 plus 6.
What seems to be bizarre about it is that so much of it does mirror the image of that structure, except for the fact of a floating sword. There was no sword in that picture or the statue at all.
I'm just gonna come out and say it, just out loud. I'm like, that is Sir Nicholas Daniel Bituminous.
Bituminous.
And this, and I look at one of the mages and I'm like, you've a photo of the last expedition.
They all look at you and they're like, we are trying to decipher what this means. And they each all five of them all point to one sector of the wall that they have been working on. And each part of the wall represents a different image of like what they think it represents.
So I just hate to address the elephant in the room.
One more thing. Caleb, Mixo, give me a history roll.
Another one?
Just another one. Try to, or give me some kind of intelligence check then.
Hey, there we go. That's better. A 19 plus 5.
You remember the last expedition being 4 people. And Lumoria. Not 5.
I'm gonna look at the guy with the skull in his hand. And I'm like, do you know who that is?
They all kind of look at you and they're like, we don't know who any of these people are. But we are trying to figure it out. We remember the name of the land and why it's called that way. They point to the woman in the middle. That must be her. But the rest of them go unnamed and unmarked. Nobody has a representation of where or who or how they got there or what they were doing or what that is. And then they like point their finger up to the stars that are up like on the top of the church here. We had an idea that it was cosmic, that it was beyond our reach or our knowledge, beyond the point. But now the cosmic moon eclipses the sky. And one of them speaks up, because she went there, and this is our punishment for not believing in her. Another one speaks up. No, they were abolished, and this is for us. This is coming for us in the impending doom.
While they're rattling off, I'm gonna lean into Evan and go, That's the princess, and that's the fucking moon that's outside, and I think we're in a lot of fucking trouble here.
I mean, I just look at Mixo and it's like, I mean, to be honest, I don't know anything about any of this, but the idea of interpreting a religion based off the scribblings of a potential madman making a painting like this is a very horrible basis for setting a religion, but, you know, who might have...
I mean, isn't that all religions, though?
I mean, it's convenient that it has a picture of the moon, and then all of a sudden the moon's closer now, so it might be on something.
Yeah.
As they all begin to ramble on, Evan, give me a history check.
Oh, that's not as good. 13.
You remember some kind of image of an eagle as well.
Like, that resembles something from the painting? Like, okay.
The scripture of the statue that you saw, that you had no idea who that person was, kind of is mimicked here in the picture.
But it didn't have a nameplate on it, on the statue.
No, it did not. It was left old and crumbled because nobody took care of it.
I just pointed out, I was like, so... And that was in...
That was in your hometown.
Yeah.
Brigsenberg,
yeah. I was like, does anyone happen to notice that's the same kind of decrepit statue in my hometown?
Many of the archmages here just look at you guys and goes, yes, the statues are placed all around our land, and they represent the people in the photos. We are trying to
the royal lines.
They all kind of stop. Why do you give them a certain name or group name?
Well, that's what they were, isn't it?
We don't know. We don't know who they were.
So you don't know who they are, but you want to base your religion around them.
Yes.
That's my thoughts exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Am I the only one that finds that absolutely
You do.
nuts?
I don't know. I mean, this is weird. These guys are
That's
weird.
just all religions anyway.
You're weird. You're weird.
People find a weird book they can't read, full of pictures, and they just like, extrapolate shit. Those are the Royal Knights, but there's one too many there.
Hold on. I'm gonna completely base all of this off of whatever they're eating or drinking. It has to clearly be hallucinogenic in nature.
We're not drinking the water, boys.
Yeah,
Don't drink the water in Mexico.
You see,
might as well, I don't know.
you see one of them
or something.
you see one of them comes up and like is pushing a child, and he's just like the child has like a cup of water and just has like this like glazed look in his eyes. He's just like, "You will help our cause, right?"
No, child, no. and I'm just gonna slap the water out of the kid.
Yeah, slap the water out of the kid's hand. And like, what the hell are you doing with that child? That's fucking creepy. Leave him alone.
You're weird.
Lad, do you have a mum? Do you have a mum? Please tell me you have a mum nearby.
Where's your mom? Blink twice. Blink twice if you need help.
You see, he just doesn't stop blinking. Just.
Oh, it's okay, lad. It's okay.
We'll shake this poisonous shit out of you if we have to.
Ultimately, hold on.
Shame on you.
What is the end game of your religion? What is your cause to seek out the names of these people and what they've done?
Then what?
To understand its nature, where they have been, where they are going, and what the future is to behold.
I pointed in the direction of Grimwatch, and I'm like, well, they went that way.
We sent soldiers who came back with this. Only one did.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
He died soon after bringing it back.
Yeah. That makes sense. That tracks.
I mean, once again, how long ago did that happen?
We've been setting up the city for months.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's lovely. 14 years.
Months.
That picture's 14 years old at least.
You certainly know quite a bit for somebody who just happened to walk in here.
Yeah. I happen to know quite a lot about quite a lot of things. I'm a chronomancer. That means I can time travel.
You see that the 5 of them begin to like circle you, and they're just like, out of all people,
bro.
you seem to know the most out of all of them. How would you know so much?
And keep a secret.
They all kind of look at each other. The kid keeps blinking.
The kid keeps blinking. I push the kid towards Todd. I'm like, hey, watch him. Don't let anybody walk off with him. He's obviously good. And I lean into these robed guys. I lean into these robed pedos and just go, well, the secret is, I can bloody time travel.
They'll look at you.
And then I lift my robes up to reveal my, my clammy blue skin, and I'm like, yeah, that's what time travel does to you.
They kind of look at you, and then like look back. They're just like, now that's tomfoolery. Why would we believe in time travel?
Because you believe that your religion should be based on a random picture you guys found.
This holds
true.
true.
Random dudes.
This holds
like,
true.
If you want to know where they've been, I can tell you where they've been. They've been to an outhouse. You want to worship that? You want to worship people who've been to outhouses? I've been to an outhouse. You want to worship me?
They kind of look at you and they're just like,
plumbing.
Is he all right?
Are you?
He's just rambling.
You're rambling about a picture. A random picture you guys found.
Yes.
14 years ago.
This shows this could lead the entire civilization to a new truth, the thing that we are all missing.
It's just a picture of 5 people standing around. What is it going to lead you to? Nothing.
And this is what.
Come on, child. Come on, child. We're going to find your parents. Let's go find your parents.
The child
I'm
looks.
wondering if I don't just drop the bomb on them now and just tell them I'm in the picture.
The child looks up at Todd. He's just like, "My name is Alded."
All dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Like your parents are all dead.
No, like ALED. That's really dark, man.
Sorry, we've been on the road and we've seen a lot of people die, so it wasn't a big leap in logic for us.
A lot of dead rats, kid.
Dead rats. Dead rats. We see dead rats.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You see that he just like
Kid's
walks.
gonna need a lot of therapy.
He like walks out and like
I'm
walks
gonna
back
need
into the
some
back of the church.
therapy after visiting.
Oh no, you don't. Holding on to the kid, like no. You don't want to go back there, kid. No.
I like it. I like it here.
I mean,
Blink once if you need help.
He hasn't stopped blinking.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
As much as I want to help these people,
Stop blinking if you need help.
their structure. I don't think we should. I don't even know where I'm going with this one. I'm so confused for this whole situation. It's so baffling. Mixo, can we talk in a little bit more private area?
I'm gonna look at the roguey guys and be like, if I feel that you are up on the up and up, I'll tell you everything I know, but I need to converse with my allies here privately. And just turn to walk away.
Okay, you go to begin to like walk away, and they all like put their hands together as they bow towards you all, leaving the building. And they all just speak in harmony. Believe in hope. Have it together. For together we survive.
Did you get that from the painting?
And they all just turn back to their duties and their work.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. You just scrub the details. The large bullet and points. That's how it works. That's how they get you. And I keep going.
Okay, you can see that outside the church, the group of people who were talking have dismantled and aren't there anymore. But you guys stand in the new city of New Mundrick, as many people seem to go around, like their common duty, just helping build some of the buildings. You can see that some of them are working on the construction and the foundations of the church still, but you guys are here.
Is the Visk still following us around?
Yes.
Once we get to a place where I don't feel like we're in earshot of anyone else, hopefully, I just pull out the red hair.
So, Evan, do you trust the Visk?
I just stare at him.
You can see that. You can see he's like looking around, like almost his city, and he's like looking around, but he's with you guys at this moment.
I trust him with at least with this information. And I just pull out the red hair. I was like, so I don't know if I'm being followed or we're heading in the wake of something. I'm sure I've told you guys this already, but I've encountered a red fox-like being, rather cunning. Took some money from some locals in my hometown in a bar and found a piece of corium when no one else did that day. I don't know why her hair is on that painting.
Wait, her hair was on the painting.
Yeah.
We've seen a red fox on the outskirts of the building.
Well, none of the royal knights were red foxes.
This
person can rob you
blind.
She robs the blind? What a thief.
No, rob you blind. You got something in your ear.
Did I recognize any of the people in that portrait other than myself? Would any names be jogging back to my memory?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. This plus just straight int plus 4. An 8 plus 4 or 12?
Out of all the people that you saw in the picture that you would recognize that you have maybe seen is one person quite recently. The man flipping the coin.
I'm sorry, is his name fucking Tarku?
What?
You would imagine out of your own memory that maybe those two people look close together?
Well, hell, I would have recognized that if it was in the bay.
You would have all recognized him.
But it was like a back it was a back shot, and it was
Yeah.
Okay. Either way.
The only reason
it was a back shot and a
I
structure.
recognized myself in it is because I saw the statue of what I used to look like.
Mm-hmm. It was like a back shot, and it's a very like old. It's a very like he said. It's like years and years and years ago.
Years.
Yeah.
Like by my math, at least 14 years.
Yeah. So maybe he doesn't look the same, but he asked specifically, who do I recognize?
Yeah, would I recognize anybody?
Yeah.
Could I put a name to it? So I just jotted down in my notes, Royal Knights, Nicholas and Tarku quadruple question mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think we should think this one over. A great meal, maybe a rest, and tackle this stuff. I truly am.
Let's go secure lodging at least for the night.
Yeah.
Get some food. And, the Visk.
Yes.
Your religion might not be as full of shit as I thought it was. I'm sorry.
I'm glad that you can see purpose in the same eyes that we see it through.
Oh, I didn't say they weren't full of shit. I said not as much full of shit. They're definitely worshipping something, but it might be something that actually happened.
Right.
Like 99% sure it actually happened.
So this is all worth it, is what you're saying.
Probably not.
Oh.
let me put it like this. At least 4 of the people in that picture are dead.
I mean, my question is this. Do you guys hope for like some kind of holy rebirth, or are you like a death cult that wants the world to end and rebirthed in a new image? Or I'm confused.
We're hoping to understand and prepare a question for when we know what our reality is. We need to know the right question to ask, but first we need to know where we stand within all of this.
I guess it does help to have a focus point as to where you are. But you guys are convinced that this isn't real? I mean...
No, it's not that it's not real. It's that everybody is missing some kind of thought. Everybody is missing some kind of piece. Why is it these statues remain on the surfaces of our plane, but also show up in an image as if they are so lively and so crafted to even stand among us at one point? They must have been here. They must have been important. Why is it that people of an older generation cannot even remember these people's names? Why is it that people feel obligated in the town of Mundrick to even clean or subject themselves to look after the statue?
Oh,
why?
you're talking about Bathilda.
But why? Why does my mother want to do that? It's
because she was married to him.
He kind of looks at you like so blatantly and bizarrely. He's just like, but he is in the image The image is from so long ago.
Yeah, about 14 years. Roughly. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit less. Maybe closer to 13. How old are you, like 20?
I'm 19. How would you know
yeah,
that?
That tracks.
How would you know
that tracks. I told him. I'm a fucking time traveler.
He kind of just like scratches his head and he's just like this.
I like extended arm and loop it around his shoulders and I'm like, mate, let's go get a beer. This is a conversation much easier had if you're piss drunk.
He kind of just like he whacks your arm off of his shoulders and he goes, I think I'm gonna talk to Cassandra about this.
I'm sorry, who?
The commander, Cassandra.
Oh, she's got a name, does she?
She does.
Oh, I saw you looking.
Well, yeah, yeah, everybody looks at their commander.
No, not like that, mate. Not like that. Let's go get a beer and talk about it.
You can see that he looks at you and just like keeps blinking.
Come on.
Don't worry, kid. We'll get you out.
Oh, the other kid looks up at Todd and he's just like, will you be my big brother? And just can't stop blinking.
No, but I'll find your actual one, maybe. If he's still...
I'll chill up and just tell the kid whatever he needs to hear.
I
look down at the kid and I'm like, you know what? You could probably use a beer too. Come on.
He looks at you. He's just like, yeah, okay.
I mean, is your mom even from this town? How did you get here?
The kid just like keeps blinking and just looks at you, Evan.
When did you get here?
That kid is so drunk.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny than Dean.
Unfortunate that we're now responsible for this. Okay, yeah.
The kid's about 6.
All right, kid.
Kid's about 6.
Congratulations. You're going to grow up real fast.
You're part of the team now.
He looks at
Here's a knife.
I have an extra knife, I'm pretty sure.
I also have an extra knife.
Let's give him extra knives.
Don't worry, Grandma Gertie will take great care of you. She'll teach you how to stab all kinds of things.
But the Visk just answers the rest of the question here, and he tells you guys, he's like, for the generations of people who were here before us, the older generation can't even remember these people. It's an answer that nobody has, and we're searching to try to fill that void, fill the answer of the question of what that means and why. Why is it that way?
Mate, you and I are both trying to answer that question. And trust me.
It's theology. Like,
You know, that's a valid point. I want to ask my dad if he knows anything. I had never even questioned it. I ask that statue all the time and never even brought it up.
I don't know.
You know, I feel like I should be remembering the names. I got some fucking questions for Tarkov.
You can see from the top of the walls, you can see that a guardsman yells down. He goes, "Another 2 have arrived." As all of you kind of you guys are all within earshot of it. You can see that only a few more soldiers go up the wall to go like see towards the eastern passageway, or like the eastern hills there. And the Visk just mentions it to you guys, and he's like, "We think it's just 2 more ratlings. It's like they're sending us a message." Or
that would make 6.
That would make 8.
8?
8 ratlings.
Yeah.
I think it's time we send them a message.
I mean, should we go call the herd? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
They told us that they were going to command the surface.
Yeah,
you should send a message
Your choice
and
is
tell them.
you roll over or you do something about it. And so far, it sounds like you guys are rolling over.
Let's
I'm
go
sitting here
talk.
with the scars of having done something about it for the last several days.
Where's your commander at?
She would be in the recruiting offices by the inn, by Griff's Mercy.
I feel like we need to go tell the commander to maybe think about doing something about those rats, or helping us do something about those rats. Preferably violent kind of something.
No, we killed the first one. The first one that stood there on his own. We went to talk to him and question him because he just wouldn't fight back. We slayed him and laid him out there. That was not before. You slayed
him because he wouldn't fight back?
No, he wouldn't fight back, but we did slay him after questioning him. He just kept talking about how our time on the surface is...
Okay,
fine.
now I'm questioning you guys, because if you're slaying people who aren't fighting back...
It was the ratlings. It was the dirty ratlings.
Like, they're assholes.
You like the rats now? Huh?
No, we slayed the rat.
I do
we
not
slayed
like
the rat.
now. But if they're not going to fight back, that's a little iffy.
I mean, Todd, let's be fair, Todd. Let's be fair. We literally did question and then imprison a rat to die by starvation. Like, we're not really that much better. Let's be honest here. Like, we're even talking about going out there and just ganking these 8 fools.
I mean...
No.
And from what we know, they won't fight back.
Oh,
these ones
handle
might.
it.
When we killed the one, 2 more came and fed on him. And fed on the first one we killed.
You guys have a catapult?
I mean...
No. We have...
They're multiplying out there anyway.
We have like these on the top of the walls. You can see as he points around, you can see that they have like these buckets that go over top of the doors, and you can see that they have like almost like a smoldering tar that's like in another bucket beside it as like a defense weapon.
Is that asshole? Are you trying to get them high?
No. This, like, on the top of the building, on the top of the walls, by where the doors are, you can see that they almost have like these giant, like, concrete cylinders where you could pour tar into and like push it over the edge.
I mean, I just look at the group
as like a defensive tactic.
What are your guys' thoughts? We want to go try and handle those things out there.
We at least have to alert the commander to, you know, what they did to Grungtown, so they know to be more defensive. Offensively defensive.
Alright, food can wait. You got a good point.
Okay.
Well, it's right beside the inn. We can do one and then the other.
The Visk takes you through town here and takes you to the recruiting center. You can see that it's a 1-story building here. You can see that it's got like just one single wooden door. You can see that it's got a handle on it, and as he opens the door, you can see that there's many weapons on the walls. You can see that there's a long table in the center of the room, the center of this building here, and you can see that there's lots of papers with pictures of like developments in the buildings and stuff. And you can see that there's the 2 people here. You can see that there's the taller, broader man with the short-cut hair with the big sword attached to his back. And then you can see the woman who has her helmet off placed on the table here in her like suit of armor with the crest of the sun in the center of her chest. And she goes and addresses you all and is like, "The Visk, you brought the newcomers. Welcome, all of you. I am Cassandra. And this is Lewis."
Well, nice to meet you. We come bearing information.
Oh. I hope it's truthful, and I hope it's correct.
But will you believe it? That's yet to be seen.
The other little buddy over here, this frogman, this Grung.
Yes, the Grung. Welcome.
Don't like that hard, Gene.
She kind of like turns and it's just like, we welcome all kinds.
I don't see why.
We welcome all kinds, but as long as you have an open mind, what can we help you with?
Well, the rats killed all the grungs in the sewer. Not all of them, but, like, most of them.
The two of them kind of look at each other, and Thavisk nods his head at them. And it's just like, they also have a lot more information about the ratlings than we first surmised. And kind of nods his head
I'm just gonna divulge literally everything we learned in the sewers about the ratlings. Describe to them and, like, even minor illusion.
Yeah.
Do I have minor illusion? Hold on, let me make sure I have minor illusion. I do not have minor illusion.
You're just going to charades it?
Yeah.
It was about this big.
Yeah. And, just accurately describe the mutated rats and, like, everything we discovered about the corium being shoved in their body. Go into particular detail about how there was a giant hole of the, where the golden grung was, and how it seemed like the Lord of Hunger just ate it in one bite.
And that the Lord of Hunger is a corium-absorbing monster. That if anyone has any corium on them, they're a target.
I'll go into detail about how we had seen those goblins dragging off the Visk and somebody else, and we managed to save the Visk. What else should we tell them about?
They go on to describe a little bit about the problems that they're having. So they go to explain when you saw the person taking away the other one, they go and address it. Yes, the Vipers and Silas himself came out to fight. And we sent soldiers out, and it seemed to be more of a plot. The Vipers seem to think that our group here infringes on their freedom. It infringes on the lifestyle that they live. They want to get rid of us.
I'm gonna infringe on the face of the fucking dagger to the throat. Go on.
I agree. And she like taps the very edge of the handle of one of her rapiers. She goes, I agree. Those dirty vipers, they all need to eat the dirt that they walk on. But nonetheless, we feel like they're going to try to attack us again and again. So we're just getting prepared and keeping our stronghold ready. But the ratlings and this Lord of Hunger and the mutation that you speak of, this seems to be very urgent. The ones outside have been talking about their grand sacrifice. That we thought they were just crazy. That they wanted to erase the memories, they said.
What? I didn't even know that. What the hell does that mean?
We weren't sure what it meant either, but we think it had to do with the relic we found.
Son of a fucking bitch, I think I know what's going on here.
You want to eat your painting.
Eat the painting.
Have you seen a red fox?
There was one running around very quickly it almost seemed like they could leap from tree to tree without even moving between them. It was incredible, but we lost sight of them very quickly.
I have no clue as to how they tie into all of this. What side they're on to the equation. But they seem to be always in the places that either we've been or where we were going. And always when we gather more information as to this whole event. So
yeah,
they're intertwined in this somehow. Keep an eye out.
We will, of course. But the ratlings that are on the outside have just been talking about the great sacrifice that they're making. That they're not afraid to die. That their lives are just to feed the Lord of Hunger. They said their blood will soak into the soil.
Have you thought about
we said something similar when we killed a bunch of them.
Yeah, a bunch of them just jumped in a river once. That was funny.
Have you guys thought about maybe just putting them in a prison cell?
But then you gotta feed them.
But on the outside here, like we'd rather them be on the outside of our walls than in.
You sure you guys can't make a catapult and just fucking fling them into the river? Just let them wash out to the sea.
I mean, I just...
Yes.
It's a question of whether or not you're just going to put them down or if you're just going to let them... Do they stand out there until they starve to death, or are they eating, or are they coming back? I'm missing it here.
Some of the two who came that fed on the first one, it's been days. They're starting to thin down and seem to be a little bit more lethargic. It's like they're willing to die standing there with their torches lit.
Oh, so you can probably walk by them.
Have you tried putting out their torches?
No, we didn't engage with them after.
I mean, you killed one.
Yeah, yes, we were angry at the same time. This saying that they were coming to ruin what we've built. That kind of nonsense.
Why didn't you kill the second one that showed up?
Because we just didn't engage with it, and now they're showing up in greater numbers.
Well, that's what they do, but I'm still curious as to what kind of logic was like, yeah, we're just going to let them stand out there. We know they're a threat. We know that they're weird as hell with their illogical sense of being, but we're just going to sit there and watch them. I mean, are you guys writing this down? Are you documenting something? Is there like some kind of wizard doing some mad research or something?
I'm right here. Oh, you mean a different wizard. Sorry.
Are you researching this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, is this helpful?
Not at all.
My thoughts exactly. But I say you're either letting them pile up to their larger numbers till eventually they have enough to make an overwhelming force, or you continue to put the numbers down.
It's only 6 though. Now, 8 now. It's only 8. And Lewis like bangs on his armor, and he's just like, I could take out 8 by myself. One swift swing.
Mate.
No.
Okay.
Maybe 3. Just looking at you, yeah, maybe 3.
You can see that he's broad, and he has like big, strong shoulders and big arms, and he's nice and tall. He's got like this big two-handed sword.
What was the capstone? What was the number when I was going to have to be out there before you guys decided to do something? Or did you not plan that far in advance?
No, we didn't expect more to keep coming. They've been coming through as time keeps passing.
Ma'am, Lady Commander,
Cassandra.
There's going to be a fuckload more.
You just literally contradicted yourself in one full sentence. I mean, we didn't expect there to be more. They just kept coming.
But they're not at a number that matters.
What is the number that matters?
They are also weaponless. They have nothing.
You didn't answer the question.
Have you ever seen a rat bite something?
Of course we have.
Yeah! They don't really need weapons!
I'm done. These people are on their own. I just walk. I start to I'm like, I just can't deal with this nonsense. Wait, let's go.
You people need to build some spike pits on the other side of the wall, and you need to prepare for a couple hundred. A lot. There's a lot of them down there.
They've been testing your walls. They're looking for weaknesses.
We are still in the midst of building. If you wish to go and extinguish those ratlings, be my guest. From what we know, they won't fight back.
I'm more curious to see.
No, that's your problem. At any rate, we've shared our information about the rats. Do with it as you would please. We're going to get some food and some grog. You're welcome to join us, though, Cassandra. It's really nice. And I'm just going to turn and walk away. I'm done with these people. That we've communicated with them that the rats are dangerous, and they're like, well, we're not going to do anything. And I'm like, well, you're all going to die.
Thavisk grabs your shoulder and he goes, Griff's Mercy is a great little bar.
Mate, you're gonna need a drink.
Squish in there?
I tell you.
Does his hand squish?
Yes, absolutely.
He kind of just like does the squish because like he's got a strong hand for like being this like early matured like young man, and he tries to grab you, and it's like grabbing into fresh Play-Doh, where it's kind of still tough before you get through it. It's not like worked in. And he's like, oh, just what's wrong with you?
Don't worry, you'll find that out at the bar. Because I'm about to get fucking shit-faced.
Is that even possible for you?
I think so. I think so.
So as you guys leave the recruiting spot, you guys can hear another one call out from the top of the tower. As you can see that two soldiers are gonna like go out to the eastern doors here, and they say, "One more." As the doors begin to open, you can see that two soldiers begin to go make their way outside to the eastern area to go like investigate the ratlings.
Okay, let's go watch this. Actually, let's get some beers and see what these idiots do.
I mean, who could have ever thought that more would show up? I mean, who would have? I don't get it.
Oh no! Whatever will I do? Anyway, let's go get a beer.
Yeah, I'm so glad that someone else gets this because they're giving me a headache just being around this incompetence. Okay.
Actually, wait. Let's go investigate those rats really quick. I have an idea.
Yeah, let's go see these guys, what they do.
Do you want to go outside the walls, or do you want to be
it's not like on
I
top
want to
of
go
the
outside the
wall.
walls.
Okay. Todd, you are going to go outside the walls.
I will follow our squishy boy, Todd. God damn it.
They're not going
God
on
damn
their
it,
own.
Todd.
With my head hung low, I'm like...
I'm going to stare on the wall. I'm going to
just take a look at my little gauge on my wrist and hit a button or two and realize that, yeah, I'm out of juice.
There is one person who's not going to come with us.
Thavisk.
Two people that is not going to come with us.
And Gertie.
Gertie and the kid. I'm going to look at Gertie and the kid. I'm like, Gertie, get us some rooms. Here's some money. Get us set up there. And make sure the beer's cold when we get back.
So Thavisk, the little blinking kid, all dead, and
never mind. I don't want to know.
And Gertie are all going to head to the bar.
Because the kid never said his name, right?
He said all dead.
All dead.
All dead. That's right.
Yeah.
All dead. Yeah.
All dead.
Oh, dead.
That's ominous.
That's what I have written here.
Hey, you know what? It's a name, and it's a good one, too.
I'm just going to write down adopted all dead.
Yeah, no. He's one of us now. Just bear that in mind. We're taking him just like we did with Kevin.
Kevin was a grown man.
Kevin was a grown man. All dead was a child who got drugged. Those people drugged this child, and I can't in good conscience let them keep him.
It's gonna be weird when the drugs wear off.
Hey, look. I'm not gonna deny that. Yeah, you're right, but at least he'll be safer than he was.
Just like, hey kid, we're gonna crush up this Corium and you're just gonna huff it, okay? You're just
Okay, so we're going out there and we're gonna follow the
corium into their body. I'm semi-curious as to what would happen if this expendable child was to inhale a whole whiff of this stuff.
I don't know what my poison does. Hey, kid, drink this.
You
like
guys,
it doesn't do damage, right? It just poisons them, huh?
you guys create.
I think if
You guys create the new.
fertilized, I think.
You guys create the new big bad evil guy, all dead, the child from the church, just a super mutant.
But if he drinks enough of the poison, he'll be immune.
He's like, you should have drank in the water when you could have. Like, so, you guys leave outside of the walls of New
Yeah,
London.
we're going with that soldier man guy.
You guys follow
I'm
with
gonna
the
go
soldier.
on top of the wall. I'm just gonna sit there with a crossbow because I'm not going out there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as you guys
I'll
seem
go
to
down if I
split up
need
a
to.
little bit, Todd, as you begin to walk out there, you can see that there is 9 of these ratlings. One of them has a cloak and a hood on, which you guys did not see before, but still has a torch. As you guys are all walking out towards them, which is about 100 to 200 feet, you can see that there is a floating stick coming towards you.
Oh, hey, Dad. Or wait. Is he within 100 feet?
Yep, he's like making his way back to you.
Oh, hey, Dad. What's up?
I found the cart, son.
The cards.
No, here.
I found the card.
God, Jesus Christ!
Oh, Jesus!
And the idiot.
Is the
We'll call him follower number 1.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Was that your dad?
Look, I told you, Evan.
Also, he would know that the cart and Dean are on the east side of town. You guys are out on the west side of town.
Oh,
Okay.
so we just carried that stick over here for no reason.
Do
Yep.
we recognize the cloak that the rat is wearing?
No.
Have we encountered this cloak?
All of the cloaks kind of look the same. They kind of just look like black or very dark brown, just cloaks. They're just kind of like these ragged clothes that they
Now
kind of
they're all
just
wearing
seem to
cloaks.
get. No, one is wearing a cloak.
Okay.
All right.
Fucking naked?
I just
The rest of them just don't have anything on except for a torch.
Oh my god.
Full disclosure, I don't have the scarab to help protect us if we get into an encounter when we're a little outnumbered, so what do you guys think?
Oh, don't worry. Watch this. And, I'm not going to be within 5 feet of them, but I'm going to be kind of close. Just enough for them to be able to hear me.
Yeah, so like the 2 soldiers here like pull out their weapons and they stand there, but you guys kind of come in the middle between them and they look at you guys and let you guys like present yourselves to them. The ratlings there just stand with torches lit in one
Wait,
hand.
how close are we getting?
Well, 10 feet. 10 to 5 feet.
Not 10 feet, Jesus.
I
Close enough for them to hear me.
Yep.
I definitely wouldn't want to get very close. Like my character itself is like a ranged character.
Okay.
I'm going to get about within 30 feet.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be behind him, I guess.
I'm gonna ready a crossbow bolts if anything.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm ready cantrip in case
Okay.
some shit goes down.
Todd, what would you like to do?
2 coyotes just ran over.
So, I'm going to kind of look at all 9 of them. They doing anything weird? They looking at me? What's going on?
Yeah, they're looking at all of you guys. And one of them,
All right.
they're all just standing there, one hand each, with a lit torch.
I'm going to point at one of them. Doesn't
One-
matter which one. I'm just going to point at one of them.
Okay.
You. Follow me a second.
Yes, young child. Yes.
Follow me.
No. We watch.
I'm gonna subtle cast suggestion. I think you should follow me.
Ooh, give me. Do I make a con
Nope.
save?
Wisdom save. 14 up.
I guess I can follow. He looks over at the other ones, and the other ones look back and go, "No, you stay here, dirty traitor. Red, you ugly fool." He rolled a nat 1, so he begins to walk forward.
Nice. So he actually just comes towards me?
Yep. He rolled a natural 1.
Alright, cool. We're walking back. Back to town. I look at the 2 guards. I'm like, alright, do whatever you want. Whatever you want to the other 8. I got this one.
As one begins to walk away here, you see that another one. You can see that another one. That would hit. You see one of them takes the torch in their hand and throws it at the ratling that's walking away.
I am going to silvery barbs that.
Okay. That's a miss.
Fuck you, we're kidnapping this guy.
You see that he throws the torch, and as it was
he
going,
throws the torch and I'm like, bitch.
you swat it down. You kind of like extend your hand out and swat it down really quickly, and as it hits the ground and pats out, you see that the ratlings, the 8 of them, stand there in the row, and this one ratling just continues to walk with you guys back. The 2 knights kind of seem distraught about what just happened.
Just
and
T-pose to assert dominance.
Yeah, and just begin to walk back with you guys, because they're not going to engage or wonder about newcomers bringing in ratlings. So they're going to come back with you guys. So as you guys come back into the center, into the town here, you have a ratling with you who's got like a glazed bit of like fog over his eyes from the suggestion.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna follow me for about the next 8 hours. So, we hitting the bar or what?
No, wait, I don't think suggestion lasts.
He has to follow his direction for basic. Yeah. So I gave him the suggestion, follow me. So he's just gonna follow me for about 8 hours. So we're good.
But it
Until
does.
something breaks my concentration, we're good.
The absolute worst part of this is I said they weren't like engaging.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's not gonna fight.
So like, even if I break concentration, he's not gonna like go hostile or anything. It doesn't say that in the spell. He's just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm here now." Uh-oh.
Yeah. I get the idea there.
How many more times can you do that?
I have.
He has to concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I casted this 2nd level spell once this day. I have 3 spell slots.
Okay. That's what I needed to know. So after we walk into town, let's just walk right back to Cassandra and tell her to tie him up.
Yep, basically.
Okay. As many of the guards begin to follow you with the rattling here, because it seems very suspicious you guys are bringing somebody into town.
I am super just casual. I'm smiling at the guards. I'm nodding. I'm waving. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? What? Something weird? Something on my face? Don't worry about that. Just super fucking casual.
The rattling here is just like, the nice place you guys got here. I can't wait to live here myself with my friends. Yes.
Oh boy, I can't wait till you get to live in the prison too.
What?
You're gonna love it.
I don't like prison.
Too fucking bad.
If I go to prison, I'll kill myself in name of Lord of Hunger.
Yeah, that'll be in about 8 hours, so
No, I just kill myself.
So, you're Lord of Hunger. Where?
Yes.
Tell us about him.
He great guy. Very easy to get along with. You want to kill yourself for him? Perfect.
So, like, does he actually get stronger when you die, or what? Well, how's this work?
He will always get stronger. You will never stop him. We cannot stop him. It is
You say that.
all
You say that.
evolution. Yes, yes. It is about the surface. Remove those who walk the surface, so we, the new kind, can breathe on the surface and own it.
Whoa, mate, that's something you do behind a closed door.
No, this will be out on surface land.
Wow,
Yeah,
you guys are
everybody
really kinky
You
shit.
can do it up here, but not like in front of us. It's gross.
No, you will all be dead.
For
No,
you.
you're gonna do it on dead bodies?
Duh,
God damn, you guys are into some weird shit.
You're weird. You're weird.
Haha, yes, yes. Ha ha ha.
What do you guys know about your red foxes?
Sometimes they're very good with the barbecue sauce. Yes, yes.
Shit,
Oh
I'll
my
be right back,
God.
you guys. I got to whiz really bad. Ask good questions.
Duh.
Don't I have something for this? Give me a sec. Load.
The usually midsection, the most meatiest part of Red Fox.
Yeah, can
Lots
I charm person so it'll just answer what we want to know?
He's already under like a spell of
God
suggestion.
damn it. Okay, put him in a cage or tie him up and then we'll do it.
Yeah. We need to walk him back to Cassandra and have her put some chains on this bitch.
Okay.
Then we can maybe charm him.
You guys don't want to ask him any more questions?
Well, while we're walking, I do have a couple more.
Okay.
Well, we can figure out where these rats came from. Figure out where they're coming out. If they're just in the woods. If they have something in the woods.
Yes.
So you Lord of Hunger.
No.
How old is he? How long he's been around?
We do not know the age of the birth of hunger, but he long predecesses our you know what you call him, the Oracle.
Or
Right.
What? The Oracle?
Yes.
is he your one that speaks for the Lord of Hunger?
No, he speaks in tongue and he helps communicate maybe.
Where's he?
Yeah.
He be wherever he wishes. Deep.
No, like specifically, does he like run around?
Where
Does he come
does he
in?
wish to be?
How do we set up an appointment? You know, join religion, worship the Lord of Hunger.
Usually pledge life, all your life, to Lord of Hunger. Be born.
Yeah, but we gotta meet the Oracle to do that.
Yeah, be born a ratling, number 1. Just, you know, it's a
Okay.
little bit inclusive, I guess.
Yeah, but we could join too, right? We could go meet your Oracle. He'd like bless us.
No.
We'd be honorary ratlings.
No.
Nah, we're cool though.
No.
We're cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're hanging out with us already.
Yeah, I don't know. Feet want to move and follow this ugly man. No, I not understand, but
Oh,
why?
that's not fair. Todd's not that ugly.
What's your plans for this town? Right?
You ain't seen his dad.
Trust me, you don't want to see my dad.
What town? What plan for this town?
Yeah.
What you
Like, do you
mean?
plan on killing everybody in it?
Nobody want to live. There not be life on all surface. Why spare the town?
Well, why are you guys hanging outside of this town specifically? You're not hanging out at all the other towns.
Because the memory needs to be scratched out of their heads.
How do you plan to do
What
that?
memory?
He points to the church. The memory.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
That's interesting to
And
know.
your Lord of Hunger told you to do that.
Yes.
Right. Lord of Hunger He's an arsehole.
No, he's very easy to get along with. You give up life, he give you eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the Lord of Hunger's specifically a he?
No, well, you go check out, maybe you find it.
Well, yeah,
Yes, yes.
I'm really interested in joining up, you know? I can be really useful.
What's
Just
the
gotta
Lord
go
of
meet
Hunger
your
look like?
oracle guy.
You can see that the rattling kind of like pokes into your stomach and goes, not much flesh to eat on, I see.
So, would you inject yourself with corium if you had it?
That more passage from Oracle to decide.
So only the oracle. You take the corium to the oracle, and the oracle and sticks it into the chosen ones.
He kind of looks at you and he's just like, well, sometimes the Corium find ways into wherever it reaches into rattling. You know, some try different things. You know, experiment, sacrifice, evolve.
You guys experiment? That's kind of kinky.
I mean, everyone goes to college eventually, Tom.
I didn't.
Neither did I.
So eventually, you're still young. You can go to college. Don't worry about it. I know a great one at Waterdeep.
I hope you don't have to look good for college, because he's not getting in.
I mean,
saying I'm not smart enough to get in, I'm smart enough to make you follow me.
I said
I think you said you're too ugly to get in.
That's what I said,
Hey,
too
Lord
ugly.
Commander,
Yes.
we're gonna need some chains here, you don't mind?
For what?
For you.
I don't need chains. As you see, like, you guys get into the recruiting center and see Cassandra and Lewis are standing there still. And they're just like, you brought one inside.
Yeah, don't worry, we need to tie him up real quick.
Get a rope.
Yeah.
You can interrogate him.
With chains, and we're gonna make him tell the truth.
You can see that they go into a room and try to find something that they could put together as some kind of harness. You can see that they come out with about 50 feet of rope and begin tying it around the rattling here. And begin to string him up.
Okay, next thing. Do you have a healer?
Who heals what?
Not you, shut up. Cassandra, do you happen to have a healer? Somebody who could stop this rat from dying?
I'm sorry, I just thought...
I feel like we put Alex in a weird spot that he wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it's just like, are you asking the rat?
It's about to get weird,
Are you
bro.
asking the rat if he's a healer? Not you, shut up. Okay. Whew.
Look, man, the only way this is getting weirder if I steal that rat's girlfriend, okay? That's the only way this is getting weirder.
Hey, man.
I don't think I can. I got a high charisma. I could do it, probably.
My question is, would you guys be compatible?
Probably
I mean,
not.
these are rat people. They've probably got some weird junk.
The hybrid.
Of course they do.
Hybrid.
They talk like rats, taste like people.
Are you guys
like
even
rats,
cool with
fuck like
hybrids?
rabbits.
No, hybrids are disgusting filth.
Oh man, boy howdy! I can't wait till
First to
all
go.
of your people are enslaved, and your future generations are all hybrids.
So, Lord Commander, any healers? Anybody who can prevent this rat from dying if he was, say, like, bite off his tongue?
Yeah, have you seen any of the people inside the church? Have you met the five clerics?
Yeah, we met them.
Yeah, they could help.
Alright,
Nice,
go grab
nice.
one. We've
They're-
got a little setup to do.
No, they're not
5
gonna.
Healy boys.
They're not gonna leave the church.
Oh, okay, come on. And I'm gonna pick up the rat who's tied up.
I
Come
don't
on.
suggest we take the rat into the church. His number one goal would be to wipe out that painting, and that would be a very red stain on the ledger of the church if they let that happen.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go inside the church.
Okay. All right, let's go.
What would you guys like to be doing?
Basically, dragging this guy closer to the church.
Okay.
Just close enough that, like, if we needed one of them to save his life, they could run out and save his life.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that a few more guards follow you guys outside. You guys sit the rattling down outside the church, and they watch him.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't swarm off too far, and if he does, I'm
gonna go in.
If you had to stick him with a dagger or two.
I'm gonna go into the church. I'm gonna wave one of these priests down and be like, "Oi, oi, oi!" You want to learn the name to one of the people in that picture?
They all kind of look at one another, and they're just like, another piece to the puzzle.
Yeah. I know it for a fact, too. Matter of fact, I might even know two of the names.
They all kind of look at each other, and he's just like, you bring so much insight. Please, stay a while with us. And they all kind of like put their hands together.
I'm going to need to borrow one of you. Just one. We're gonna interrogate a rat real quick, and I need you to keep him from dying. Okay.
One of them comes to like the footstep of the church here, but doesn't exactly leave. And he's just like he's about 10 feet away as the rattling's on the outside of the building. And he goes.
So he's not willing to even step outside the church at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Go on.
Are you sure?
They kind of like look at you, Evan. The rattling here is like almost drooling at the fact that he's like so close to the church here.
So, is your little posse out there really excited to get close to this church and try to wipe out that memory, as you say?
No, the ones outside are willing to die and soak the soil with their blood, as he's just staring at the church.
Soak the soil with their blood.
We only came to die.
Like, will you just starve to death? Did you go out there until you just starve?
Yes. To show Lord of Hunger our commitment to his pledge.
That's a sad existence.
Don't. It is
fulfilling.
He is
a rat, so.
It is fulfilling. There is nothing more.
I mean,
it's the exact opposite of fulfilling. You're literally starving.
I am giving my all and my being to what I believe in. Is that,
that's some cult shit, man.
Is that not what these people do?
Yeah, and it's still some cult shit, mate. Do you not get beer and lady rats?
No. The difference between us and them is that they will all be dead soon.
That's not a difference! You're gonna be dead soon too! You're literally starving yourself to death, you fucking idiot!
He's like looking at the church with like his mouth open, his tongue almost rolled out of his mouth. Like his eyes are just asphyxiated on like the inside of the building.
So, little rat homie, I got a question for you.
Nah, I got the answer. You still ugly.
Got a girlfriend?
No. 4 or 5 maybe. 4 or 5.
4 or 5, huh?
Yeah, just
kids. Got any kids?
No, big breeding ground. Some maybe my kids, maybe some not.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's how you like it, man.
Tell me something.
That.
What kind of future exactly are you looking for your kids?
I don't even know.
What do they like? What do they like to do?
They like to eat people, scrawny like you, just like I do.
More like they like to eat right.
No, they're gonna eat right through you. They're gonna eat right through you.
Ripe sewer bananas?
Ripe banana? No, they're gonna...
Let me tell you something.
They're gonna rip your fingers off and eat them whole.
Let me tell you something. When we're done with all of your people. Those little rats, those rat kids' ears.
I may
they're
not
gonna
even
grow up normal.
I may not even
like
know that they are
us.
mine.
They're gonna grow up normal. They're gonna have jobs. They're gonna sit on chairs and do paperwork. Like
They're gonna pay taxes.
they're gonna pay fucking taxes when we're through.
You could see that he's like just kind of like trying to look around the priest here into the building, and he's like,
Like I turn his head to face me, and I just keep talking. Like,
and he just like turns, like you can see his eyes just keep pointing the other way, and he's like, yeah. What else?
You're gonna answer
no
all of our questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast suggestion again.
So does the first one go down?
The first one would go down.
Okay.
The first one goes down.
Okay. DC what?
14. Wisdom.
What's your suggestion?
Answer all of my questions
He runs into the building.
For the next 8 hours.
Okay, I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Wait, didn't we have him like...
He's
already-
wrapped up.
But like
he's tied up.
okay, he's gonna try to waddle. He's just gonna
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
I mean, if he's trying to waddle, we can just sit on him or something.
Fuck that, I'll just cast Hold Person on his ass.
You sure you want to waste the spell slot? We can just sit on
I
him.
didn't give a
Is
shit.
that
Fuck that guy.
is that a con spell?
That is a Wisdom save.
Another wisdom save. What is the DC?
This whole thing.
DC 14.
Nat 20. He just keeps waddling towards the door.
No, because I'm going to use my reaction.
Oh my god.
And
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
make him re-roll at a disadvantage by Thermal Shift.
Okay. The next roll is a 6.
He's just paralyzed.
Yeah.
What does the Lord of Hunger look like?
Not as ugly as you.
You know the suggestion was to answer truthfully.
He did.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, technically speaking, he can answer a question truthfully if he believes the answer to be true. So we just have to rephrase the question to be to be something that he cannot answer false, basically. So instead of asking, what does the Lord of Hunger look like? Ask him, is the Lord of Hunger larger than this building?
I gotta play 20 questions with this motherfucker.
Yes.
Is he taller than the building?
No.
Is he
No.
larger than 100 feet?
No.
Is he taller than me?
Yes.
Is he taller than me if you were on my shoulders?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you'd still be the same height.
Is he taller than 2 of me?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Is he taller than 3 of me?
Maybe. If he stood up straight.
Okay, so that gives us
okay.
that gives us a size rating.
Roughly 15-ish feet, so he's a fucking huge creature. Fuck. What color's his skin?
What part?
All
All of it.
The majority.
Duh.
Let me rephrase that. Does the Lord of Hunger look more like you than one of us?
Oh, yeah. He is one of me.
So he is ugly. Got it.
Is the Lord of Hunger a rat?
He kind of turns to you and he's just like, why would you expect anything different?
Has the Lord of Hunger always been a rat?
The Lord of Hunger has always been more handsome than you.
Is your priest in the city?
What priest?
Or the Oracle? Is the Oracle in the city?
The Oracle will conquer the city. The Oracle not need to be here to conquer.
That is
city.
not that is not what I asked. He has to answer the question. Is the
I said-
oracle in the city?
I said he doesn't need to be here to conquer the city.
That's not what I asked.
So
That's not the question.
he is not.
Yes or
in,
no?
The question was, is he here?
The oracle is not in the city.
Okay, there we go.
Is the oracle under the city?
I don't know where location of oracle is ever.
Did the Lord of
Okay.
Hunger attack Brugsenberg? Or Brigsenberg?
Duh, that shithole town. Nah. Not what I remember. No.
Alright.
Are there any ratlings under the city?
Which city?
This city.
The ratlings sprawl under all of Earth. Some ratlings sprawl all the way into Earth. I not know where all ratlings are all time. I'm not the babysitter.
Okay. Back to some Lord of Hunger questions. Does the Lord of Hunger attack with a weapon?
The more specific.
Does the Lord of Weapon attack with a weapon that is not part of his body?
No.
Or a weapon.
Lord of
no.
Weapon?
Yeah.
Lord of War?
Lord of Hunger. I'm sorry.
No.
Does Lord of Hunger attack with a weapon that's not part of his body?
No. Nor Lord of Hunger not carry anything other than the carcasses he wishes to devour.
Yeah, that sounds
How many-
about right.
How many arms does he have? I don't know.
The 2 arms, 2 leg, like a rat, like a me.
Oh.
Yes.
Hmm.
Does his piss make you guys sterile?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Inconclusive.
I have to think about how to phrase this.
Where are you?
Is the Lord of Hunger headed to this city?
Lord of Hunger will dominate all of the surface.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Is the Lord of Hunger headed to this city imminently? As in, immediately. He's on his way here.
I not know where Lord of Hunger is at all times. I just know I
Okay.
must give my life to him.
Okay.
Where did your
What's
bodies
the-
come from? One's in front of the wall, hanging out.
We come from the underground. We just know that
Yeah.
we are told to come this way. We are told to give our lives for Lord of Hunger. Wait
Okay.
and give our lives.
Who told you this?
Do
And
our
where
purpose.
are they now?
Is that your oracle, buddy?
No. No. Sneaky told us about it.
Sneaky.
Sneaky told me.
Sneaky is in the sewers.
Sneaky be another rat. Yes.
Is he important?
He's just more messenger rat. Good traveler.
What does he look like?
Just
Where is
rat.
he?
He just looks like rat.
Features. Scars.
Rat.
Does he have a stupid hat?
Rat.
Look.
No hat.
Scars. It's a rat. It's a rat. Oh, they all look the same. You're not gonna pull the hood back and try and count his teeth, you know? Let's see.
How do we get to Sneaky from here?
No.
Do you know if the Lord of Hunger has any weaknesses?
Hey, me first.
No. No. Those who have tried fire, those who have tried the blade, those who have tried the magic, and those who have died trying.
Okay.
Well, I don't need any of those. Awesome.
Do you know how to attract the Lord of Hunger somewhere?
I think we know how to do that.
With the oracle's order.
Does the Oracle order the Lord of Hunger around?
No, they talk together.
Where is the oracle usually then?
Deep beneath surface.
God fucking damn it.
Deep beneath surface.
Okay. Well, how about Sneaky? How do we get to Sneaky from here?
I not know where Sneaky is. Sneaky came to me.
Fucker. Okay, where did he come to you at?
Underground.
Where specifically where?
Just in sewers. He found me. He know where I be. Said I must make sacrifice. Of course.
Where do you hang out in the sewers usually when he was telling you?
Why was I in sewers doing duty? I was just on
No,
patrol.
where in the sewers?
Between
He said duty.
Duty in the sewers.
between
Fucking rest of their duty.
your face made the duty there, young man.
Ew, you want to eat my face? You're gross.
Nah, I don't not eat duty. Rattling eat booty. Yes.
So, what's the
trying to
Lord of
enjoy the-
Hunger's relation to Corium?
He eats it.
He probably doesn't know that.
Yeah, you can just
Not gonna lie.
like his eyes kind of roll, and it's just like, what?
Do you know what corium is?
Rock, shiny rock.
Yeah.
Do you know where it comes from?
Come from ground.
Okay.
Do you know where I can find
You-
some more?
Yes,
Where can I find it?
Where?
with Oracle.
God damn it.
So
Okay.
you know where that is.
I've seen some spots
Well,
Tell us those spots.
underground.
Okay, under what city? Well, no, wait, let me rephrase it again. What is the closest city to the Oracle?
The
I have a feeling I know what the answer is.
Vox Hollow.
Yep.
Ah, we're getting somewhere. I fucking love suggesting.
Okay. I have a couple more Lord of Hunger questions. Before I think I can find everything out that I could possibly find out with suggestion.
From
Someone run
what?
those real
From
quick.
one dumb rattling. Yeah.
Yeah, like in this case, this is probably everything I could find out about the Lord of Hunger. Do you know how to attract? I asked you. Do you know how to attract the Lord of Hunger?
Yes, you did.
Does the Lord of Hunger eat everything it sees, or just specific foods?
No, Lord of Hunger, a beast of devour. It will eat rock, crumble, steel, walls, everything. Human,
Good to know.
grung,
Good to know.
other ratlings, all will be devoured.
Good to know. Good to know.
What proof do you have that you will gain eternity from dying?
Because your face is an ugly piece of existence and it need to be replaced.
Answer truthfully. What
You want
proof
answer?
do you have?
That I will gain eternity from my death of Lord of Hunger?
Yeah.
Because we will conquer the surface. It has been told.
By?
The Oracle.
Now tell me what the fucking oracle is.
Under the surface.
Do you know how many ratlings there are?
I not be able to count that high.
Fair. Is there only one Lord of Hunger?
Yes. There only need to be one.
Gotcha. Do you know...
The Muffin Man.
Yes.
Do you know if the... Why did that fucking get me so bad?
Hold on. Yes, yes.
I mean,
Now I lost what the question I was gonna ask about the Lord of Hunger.
Do you know?
Do you know how old the Lord of Hunger is?
He been around since before any of our... No, he before me. I not know. He kinda just be.
Gotcha. I think that's all I could possibly find out about the Lord of Hunger from this dumbass rat.
No, you could find out lots more by offering yourself to him.
You won't tell me where your oracle is. I can't offer myself without going to the oracle.
Yeah, talk to that dude.
We tried that.
No, you could stand outside. Praise to
What
the Lord.
direction are your rats coming from? The ones on the outside of the wall.
From
That's what I asked.
From
They
the
said
east.
sewer.
From the east, from sewers.
From the east of the sewers.
From the east of here, from sewers. Yes.
And how many are planning to stand outside and be weird?
Maybe 50.
And we're just gonna stand there?
Until, for great sacrifice.
until you die, and your death will be the sacrifice that you require.
Whatever sacrifice need to be. If sacrifice mean death by starvation, if death mean by death by combat, if death mean by eating one another, if death mean by edge of sword, it is all by great sacrifice.
Oh,
Well, at least I don't.
Do you know the name Sir Nicholas?
No. Should I?
Yeah, mate, it's the guy who's gonna kill you.
What?
Guys, I can't think of any more questions to ask. You know, we have an idea of where to look. The Oracle. The Oracle can summon the Lord of Hunger, I think. We know Sneaky is a rat, and he's probably the fucking rat that keeps getting away from us, the bastard.
Oh, he came up with name for old woman. Yeah, old shoe.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Why you guys with her? She old shoe. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I actually did just think of another question I could ask this stupid bastard.
Okay.
Do I ask this question in a way he can't just make some shit up? Somebody else ask. I gotta think about this for a second.
I say we put him down.
so how do you know Muffin Man?
He come around sometimes and he provide very interesting different types of medicine to us.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Why do you need medicine if you're okay with dying?
How do you know the Muffin Man?
Well, I
That's really lame.
No, this is a different
Wrong.
Muffin Man. Who is this person? Where do you meet this Muffin Man?
He come from the other place, just around corner.
Just around corner.
Oh, we don't know him, huh? He goes to a different school, huh? I get it. I see how it is.
Do you mean it comes from the place around corner here?
Dude, are you gonna tell me you even go to school? You so dumb and ugly.
Do you know why you want to remove the memory of the last expedition?
Yes,
Why?
because of my sacrifice.
Why do you sacrifice?
What does removing the memory of the last expedition achieve for your oracle?
I not know.
Yeah, I figured.
Does the Muffin Man live here? In this town?
No. No. Honestly, sometimes though, I have a hard time helping myself. As you can see, like, he locks eyes with Gromit. And he's got like his lip, like the tongue piercing out of his lips, and just like wipes it from one side to the other.
There you go. Are you thinking about muffins right now?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of any other questions we should be asking him, and I just want to throw him in a bucket of tar now.
And we're not going to find out about this muffin man, but that should be considered if he's giving them drugs or something.
No. Grung, come here. I'll tell you more if you come close.
No, we're not doing that shit again.
No, come here. I'll just, I can
He's
tell
gonna pick
you.
his paralyzed ass up and just start walking towards the wall. I think we're done here.
Okay.
Unless you guys can think of anything else.
No.
I can't think of anything.
No.
Okay,
They
so
can
you,
find a
Wait,
smuggle in the
What am I
middle and
talking
figure.
about? The whole city's not enclosed in a wall, so we should just. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I would just say let him go because he could just leave. But then again, I don't know.
He just stand here and fucking starve to death.
Throw him over the wall. The built part of the wall.
so you guys,
I figured I'd dip him in some tar and then throw him over the wall. So he just sticks to the ground, just to be a dick.
So you guys go to the eastern wall where the other ratlings were standing. You can see in this moment, there's about 14 of them now.
God damn it.
Who could have predicted, that there were going to be more than when we came back?
What happened with the two guards?
Who would have never thought?
The two guards that were protecting him while you guys were interrogating him?
Yeah.
No, the two guards that were out there that we left.
They came back. They came back in with you guys to make sure you guys weren't bringing a ratling in, like for like problems. So, anyways, so you are by this bucket of like molten, bubbling tar, and the edge of the wall, and this ratling who is roped and with a spell on him is looking back at you, Mikso.
You're gonna dip him head first into the tar?
Head first.
Head first.
Okay, give me a strength check. I'm gonna say he has a disadvantage as he's gonna try to resist it.
That's adorable. Oh wait, is this an athletics check for grappling?
Sure.
Okay, because I get advantage on that.
Yep.
That's a good thing too. I got an 11 plus 6.
Okay. Yep. You dunk his head in.
Yep.
Ooh.
You can see that
I'm just gonna give him a tar swirly and then throw him over the wall.
you can see that all the tar just like sticks to the fur and just it covers his eyes and seals them closed. Much of his mouth and the lips begin to like seal together as like the molten tar like is so hot that it begins to just like just sear the lips together, and even his nostrils seem to just like melt in a little bit. As from the inside of his mouth, you can hear like the pedaling screams as you launch him over the side of the building.
Yep.
Aren't you supposed to be a knight or something?
I mean,
That was rather violent. I don't know
yeah, that
why
was very violent.
We could just throw him on the wall. Like, fuck's sakes, man.
But I'm feeling a little cruel to these rats after everything I saw them do to the grungs. And they're just kind of assholes to begin with.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kill them.
Can we go back and
make 'em
ask him
suffer.
a few more questions
No,
at
they're
this point
Lumoria.
about the Viper case?
Nope.
Like the Vipers, yeah. Because they're kind of like cunts, like rats versus rats. Like, shit.
Just go
No,
back.
I don't regret doing this at all.
Oh.
He's talking shit on my buddy. He's a rat, which that doesn't do him any good. And then he's fucking trying to convince my buddy to get close enough so he can bite off his finger or some shit. No, fuck this guy. I don't mind torturing his ass before he dies. He wants to die anyway? Fine, he can suffocate like a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
In this moment, you can, as he is like pummeled and like dropped to the ground, you can see two of the ratlings that are holding torches on the outside of the building begin to walk up to the building. As they come and grab the ratling you threw over and begin to dragging him back to the pile, like back to the group. And you can see that they start nibbling him.
The Tari parts too?
Not the Tari parts.
Not the Tari parts.
They pick
I
around.
wonder if I could mage hand out the bucket of tar and just dump bucket of tar out.
So tar gets very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't imagine it's heavy.
Question: all the rats are eating, right?
No, 2.
Only 2?
2.
Hold on.
You're not sharing those sons of bitches?
Nope.
I yell at them to share.
Sharing is caring, you fuckers!
They all just stand in silence holding torches.
Uh-huh.
An alchemy joke, kind of put it. Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's only a quart of oil. Never mind.
So yeah, you guys are within the city here.
I think it's finally time for that beer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After it's been like an hour or so since you've gotten the rattling, as you guys head over to Griff's Mercy, you guys open the door to this small little bar. As you guys open up, you can hear like lots of chatter. You can see that it's a pretty lively bar for what's going on here. You can see at the back room, there's a long like wall to wall. There's a nice like a bar table and stuff like that. You can see that there's many chairs and tables that are set out around the open space here. And you can find Gertie is playing darts with the Visk. You can see that both of them seem to have had a drink or two, and it seems like Gertie is really enjoying herself here. As she's had like a drink or two, which I imagine in Kelly's character, it's just like I'm sure Kelly would have been like, I think it's time for Gertie to like let go and relax. Like it's been a hard while.
Yeah, she literally almost died 3 days, so
yeah.
I feel like she's owed the beer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, where she's like finally like letting loose. Like, you guys have walls that are protected. I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to get something.
I just realized
anything like meat and bread. I don't care. Potatoes if you have it. I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah, you walk up to the bar and you can see that they have like a house special, and it's potato skins.
Awesome.
I'm gonna order two mugs of head and an order of potato skins.
Okay.
Likewise.
I just yeah, Ron's gonna be the only one who doesn't get it. I'm so sorry. It was the famous meal in the last game.
It was.
You can see that they have the house special of potato skins, but you see that they also have a house salad.
Didn't you like also eat a live fucking goat?
I think ate 2. Yeah, because I stole one from Leslie's character because we were hunting the same one, and then I just ate it so she can eat it. And then I stole the cultist sacrificial goat and ate that. Yeah.
So you ran off into the mist with it. You're like, I don't want them to see me eat it.
There's something magical just about There's something magical about that when you just said, I ate 2. I loved it.
That was one of the funniest moments. It was like, yeah, like I'm kind of hungry. Do I see a goat? Make a roll. Not 20. Matt.
Well, what would a mountain turtle eat? Probably mountain goats. Like, it just makes sense.
I can't argue with the logic. It tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He's got to eat something big.
Mountain goats, deer, I don't know.
Yeah, so you guys are within the bar here. You can see that the drinks are flowing, the drinks are cold, and the bar is lively.
Awesome. I continue and partake in the drink and the food, sit at the table and just contemplate. Okay, maybe Lord of Hunger, or whoever that bastard is, didn't attack my hometown. But then again, what the hell was that explosion if that was the case?
Maybe, I don't know, did? Underground?
Maybe.
I wouldn't know this in character, but I'm pretty sure it's just that your buddy exploded himself.
Probably.
Probably, no. Well, they said they found something. I'm not saying it's character, but I don't think he told us something. Didn't they?
Yeah, I did. I said they found something, but I don't know what it was. Could have been anything. Could have been nothing.
I'm wondering if I hold off telling Thavisk shit for Kelly to be here.
Sure.
Because I know she'd eat that up. Just me and my son having a conversation about, oh yeah, I'm your dad. Also, I'm Jello.
He's reframed you as unplayed with Play-Doh. It's just that first moment of hard Play-Doh.
Instead of drinking it, I kind of just like open up the bandages on my top and just put the whole mug inside me, and it just is diffusing.
That's just creepy.
This is like one of those moments where you go to the bar just to steal the glass after the drink.
Nice.
I wonder what's wrong with drinks. So I can see he just has the mug and he opens his mouth and like with his tongue, he's like.
It's pretty good too.
Or he could just stick his finger in it and I guess absorb it through his skin because he is the frog, amphibian.
The amphibian creature, yeah, you might be able to do that. Yeah. So, did you guys want to sit at a table and discuss, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will try these potato skins.
I can't taste anything.
You can see that the hot potato skins come out, and they're like nice cut slivers, like right in half, and you can see that they're like cooked and glazed to like this perfect crispiness. But you can see on top is just this lightly shredded and simple cheese that's just flaked right on top, melting by its own searing heat. Little grains of salt and pepper just sparkle across the top of them.
This is some bougie shit for a grung.
Holy shit.
This might be better than mugs and jugs.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been to many places outside my village.
Either. I mean, this is better than whatever the fuck we could find in sewers.
Yeah, definitely better than sewer fruit.
Sewer fruit.
A nice sewer banana.
So I asked Mixo-san, so now that I think about it, how often does the Viper Gang kidnap your people?
Well, they've been attacking the walls for weeks. It's just when we decide to go down and retaliate, it's like it's more or less that they're trying to abduct us, as if they're trying to weaken our numbers.
Well, you know that the Viper Gang are getting paid by the rats, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, they use them for diversionary tactics.
They're working together.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Who's working for who?
Well, I'm pretty confident from what I gathered is that the Viper Gang is trying to get in with the rats for whatever reason, some stupid reason. Like, and the rats are convincing the Viper Gang that, hey, if you do what we want you to, you'll benefit from it. But the rats really don't care about the Viper Gang at all. But the Viper Gang really wants to be part of the rats for some stupid reason. I guess maybe they're like, oh, if the rats are going to take over everything and destroy it all, well, we want to at least be on the in crowd, so, you know, they don't get wiped out too.
So they're working with a crazy ideological nonsense together, you think?
You see...
You act like you're not doing the same thing.
We're one group.
Yeah.
We're one group. And our thought process is not crazy. It's methodical.
It is a little insane. Like, you guys sent someone up to Grimwatch and they come back with a fucking picture and you literally construct a church around it.
It has merit. It has merit to the reasons why we can't all hold our memory.
But you construct a church around it instead of, like, a research facility?
Yeah, like, shouldn't you be like archaeologists and figure this out? Like, you're just like, how'd this get here? Instead of just going out and finding out.
Was it just drawn by like a 9-year-old kid, or you know what I mean? Like, what's the authenticity? This I can't pronounce the word. Right
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yes. How do you confirm that?
Well, I mean, you know, they do match up with at least 2 statues, and pretty sure there will probably be another statue in Fox Hollow.
So you mean a traveler that
and
just
another one
all the
in
statues couldn't have just.
Hold on, Caleb, for a second.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to get at?
There's probably another statue in Fox Hollow and another one in Boneport.
There's not. But why do you think
There's
that?
not? Because there's 4 people in 4 major cities.
Mm-hmm.
There's a turtle statue in Boneport or something. Yeah.
That was more or less like a giant like a thing to bring in customers.
Yeah.
I have mentioned 1, 2.
So you mentioned one.
You mentioned the one in Briggsonburg.
Nope,
and the one
I've
in
mentioned all 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was there one in the other city? I forget its name now. The one with all the soldiers?
Nope. There was one in Munderick. There was one
in Munderick.
There was
one in Briggsonburg.
There was one in Briggsonburg. There was one on top of the mountain that you were at the research facility.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't go investigate it. You went right into the cart.
Yep.
And then the 4th one. You guys haven't seen the 4th one. You guys have. I've mentioned 3. You haven't seen the 4th one.
Okay.
But you didn't investigate 1. I knew that right away. Yeah.
Oh.
But yes.
But, you know, there are statues of the people in the photo, so that kind of confirms its authenticity a little bit.
Yeah, but a traveler, just walking, I mean, that goes from city to city and come across these statues, could have created that on their own. They didn't have to know the people in order to make the painting. I'm just pointing that out.
No.
But assuming that the painting is legit.
That's still no reason to worship it, you know?
Right. I mean, given
That's
they bring
very
a valid
valuable.
point, no one can seem to remember anything longer than. Well, I don't even know. I feel like I'm also obviously suffering from the same idea, and it's actually scary. It's bringing it to light the idea that. You know, I know that I was born.
I'm gonna look right at Evan and be like, "Oh, you don't think somebody could have tampered with your memories, do you?
That'd be absurd.
Maybe you were just created exactly as you are with them."
That's a horrifying thought.
I know, right? Yeah, think so. I gotcha. But I'm just. He's like going through a bit of a crisis. Like he's sitting there, like the wheels are spinning, but it's not adding up, and he keeps going back to
And
like, okay.
smoke's coming out your ears.
Right.
I mean, I have a few theories I could share with you. Look back through my notes here for a moment, because I've been taking a lot of them.
I love fan theory.
Everyone's missing some amount of the memories, but I seem to have more intact than, well, strangely enough, literally anybody else.
I lived in a sewer.
Almost there. You're also probably younger than 14.
I don't know. I live in a sewer. I don't know.
The thing of it is I only remember there being 4 nights in the last expedition. And look right at the Visk as I say this. Myself, probably Taku, and 2 other people.
So you
But
think...
I don't understand where the 5th person comes from. I know the woman in there with the blades, that's... I think you'd call her the princess. Or the queen.
I think that was like the one with the play.
We're gonna call
Yeah.
her... We
Princess.
named her exactly after the land. Lumoria. She must be that person.
She must be Lumoria?
It must be. It's the name of the land. So we have named her that. At least for the placeholder.
Assume, why don't you send people out to get books and read and shit?
All the nerds.
Yeah, send your nerds to do history stuff.
We tried. Some of them died getting that.
Yeah. I'll try.
You don't send nerds out in the wilderness by themselves.
Okay.
Ever watch Into the Wild?
No. Sorry.
Even our nerd has protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, we help protect
These
that.
guys should have been dead 3 days ago.
Right.
The Visk looks over at you, Mikso, and goes, I'd love to hear some more theories to see if we can put any of it into traction here.
I think the 5th person, the one that isn't Lady Lumoria, I think that person might have become or created the Lord of Hunger. I only remember 4 Royal Knights.
What?
Well, you know.
Or alternatively, that person is Victor Grimwatch.
Victor's been dead for a long time.
14 years.
Why
Victor's been dead for 14 years, I know.
Why don't we just go and try and get some more paintings ourselves? I mean,
knowing
I don't know how.
Knowing the passage of going past Vox Hollow becomes a very, very dangerous walk. Traversing the area is like it further advances the creatures more and more. Have you ever seen something called an eye bite?
Yes.
The eye bites are captured and bred from the lower stages of the hill closest to Vox Hollow, and then they are sold off for exactly the premise they're used for. As you scale further up the hillside, they not only grew, but they advanced, almost walking the territory as if the land up there was theirs.
Wild creature with no natural predators. I can understand that happening.
So, Evan, you wanted to return to your hometown before we headed to Vox Hollow, and then up to the Grimwatch.
Well, if we had to go to Vox Hollow, remember I had to sneak through the sewers to get Gertie, so we could probably sneak underneath and get through the sewers and not do that.
Would it be safe with all those rats?
You hear Gertie all like liquored up, and she's like, "If you take me through those sewers again, Gromit, I swear to God."
Well, you haven't died yet again, so I don't know. Look, I don't want to fight an eye thingy. I don't even know what the hell that is. What's an eye bite? I've never seen an eye bite.
Oh, they are interesting little creatures.
They're like little bats, but the body's a giant eye.
Because then we have to fight those things, and then we have to get into the city, which no one lets us in. So what's our choices?
Go around it.
So Thevis,
I thought we were trying to get.
he looks back at you again, Meek. So he goes, "Come on, like keep the ball rolling. You have other ideas, don't you?"
Either the fifth member was Victor, or the fifth member became the Lord of Hunger. And I think the Lord of Hunger is either feeding on the Corium, or is actually being experimented on by the Oracle.
Okay.
I think the Lord of Hunger wants to exterminate the memories of the last expedition. The last time Lady Lumoria was alive, we went up there to do something. I don't remember what. All I remember was it went tits up real fast.
But why?
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it, mate? I don't fucking know. What I do know is, I fucking died, and 14 years later, my son joins a cult, and my wife doesn't remember me, and my daughter's suddenly a fucking bartender.
He kind of like puts it. You see Thevisk like puts his drink down, and like looks at you really weird.
Don't put that down. You're gonna need the rest of that drink there, mate. I know who your father is.
He goes,
and I know why you don't remember him.
He goes, "My sister is a bartender."
Yeah, and your mother's Batolda.
That is my mother. You're right.
And your sister's Rimuru.
You can see like.
And your father.
You can see him
Royal Knight,
gritting his teeth.
The Nicholas Daniel Bituminous.
Mm-hmm.
He's your father. You're the son of a Royal Knight.
So we need to find him.
Hi, my name's Sir Nicholas Daniel Bituminous.
That's your stupid kid.
In like a lack of confusion, he's gonna leap over the table and try to like grapple you.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I throw my cup.
Anthrax is just invisible.
Hey, it's 16 plus 6.
In a bitter bit of confusion, outrage, and disaster, he rolls a nat 1. You see that the table tips over and he falls. One of his drinks spills all over him. Flustered and frustrated, not understanding the weight of all of this. He goes, How can my own father be the one in the images?
He trips over and I'm still gonna catch him before he hits the ground, and I've got him in like a bear hug. I've got one arm over his shoulders around his neck, and the other one between his other arms, pinning his arms against his back. And I'm like, yep, it's great, isn't it? It's great, isn't it?
What are we supposed to do? Well, we are the Sun Keepers. How are we supposed to explain this to anybody? That any of the people in that picture even exist? Let alone, I'm the son of one of them? What does this...
The only working theory I have as to why people don't remember me, or any of the people in that image, is that I fucked with time.
You see, he's just trying to collect the weight of all of this.
I help him get set back up. I right the table, and I'm wiping down wherever drinks or food was spilled. I'm just so you know, yeah, that's an appropriate response.
Yeah, he's gonna take some breaths and just kind of mellow out. And I think the Visk at this moment is going to stay quiet. With much inner thought.
I'm gonna look at Evan and ask, Evan, how much corium do you actually have left?
I have a chip. Oh, hold on. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, you have the one big
Solid
piece.
chunk. Yeah. What do you got planned?
A terrible idea. A terrible idea.
I'm all ears.
Like what? Get enough of it, and then lure the thing out, and then blow it up?
So the Lord of Hunger likes corium. At least likes to eat it. So what if we weaponize that piece of corium so that if he eats it, it explodes?
Ah.
I mean, sure. How would you propose we do that? I mean, I'm all for making explosives here, but I don't really think I can make what you're contemplating myself.
Well, if we head back to your hometown, maybe you can pick up the parts you need from there.
I'm going to let you guys have a short rest from the time that you guys have been in town here.
Okay, I am definitely going to Arcane Recovery.
Yeah.
My first level spell slot and my second level spell slot.
I'm just going to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to let you guys go through all that, okay?
Okay.
What do you guys think, though? I didn't expect you guys to grab a rat, number one, but...
You're welcome.
He knows what he knows, and that's, you guys used 2 spells on him, so...
And we also know what he knows, so yay.
Yeah.
He didn't know much, but now we know more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is, some things coming together a little bit more?
A little more.
Is it still
I still kind of feel like the Lord of Hunger is somehow directly related to the last expedition. I can't shake the feeling that the Lord of Hunger is probably one of the royal knights. I don't think it's the princess, queen, Lady Lumoria. I don't think it's her. I think it's one of the knights. I think it's the ranger knight with the bird. I don't know why. That's my feeling. Or it could be me.
Just the other half of you.
Yeah.
But all in all, story good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
So your son's your Jesus.
Maybe.
I mean, I think his son worships him.
Well, yeah.
I can't wait to get back up to the priests and basically tell them, okay, so you know that image that you guys are worshiping and you want to get to the bottom of it? Well, I have a lot of answers here, and you're not going to like any of them. Imagine if Jesus came up to you and was like, oh, yeah, you've got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Guys.
Hey guys, I'm about to splinter your church. You know what a Protestant is?
Holy Lord! It's like a race war, but better.
I forget. Do sorcerers regain spell slots on a
No.
short rest?
No.
Oh,
No.
fair.
You have to spend sorcery points to do it.
Damn.
And technically speaking, you're not regaining a spell slot when you use sorcery points, you're making a new one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's 2 down the drain. Oh boy.
Well, you're a level 4 sorcerer, so you can get both of them back.
Yeah, I can. But I like sorcery points. Even though
Sorcery porns.
Sorcery
Porns.
Sorcerer Perns.
Look, man. Sometimes you gotta do the weird shit.
He's watching those dark skin elf movies again.
On my orb, yeah. Pondering wizard porn on your orb.
Doing Sore song. Yeah. Sorcerer. Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, what are you guys' theories? Do you guys think you have enough information to start a theory on what the fuck's going on?
No.
My theory is these guys
Time has been chrono triggered somehow. Possibly. I don't know.
The only working theory I've got for the overall thing that happened is, like, Nick fucked up a spell real good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of my components was supposed to be back guano, and I tried to use rabbit shit. Like, you know, that kind of fucky-wookie shit. We're talking some hard 3rd edition spell fail rules here.
You grabbed the expired rabbit shit.
Yeah. And you know, now it's nutty as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are still in the tavern, and you guys are still talking about theories and stuff like that. But you guys are here and have conversed a bit. What would you guys like to do?
Retire for the night.
I'm gonna
My
play.
character has probably been up for like I don't know how long. Full belly.
Since yesterday. Like
Yeah.
last time, I think the last time we slept, we were at the other town before we went into the sewers.
Okay. So you guys would like to get a room here as well?
Rent a room. Yeah, let's rent a room.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So all in all, between food and a room rental, I'll say that it's going to cost about 7 silver from each person.
I got you guys. Okay. Well, no, I'll cover it. For how many we got? 5 people?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, 6 with the kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the kid.
The kid get a discount for being a kid.
No, the one kid's just been
actually,
standing there just with Todd this whole time.
checking my pockets, I pull one of those moments and realize
Does
that
the
I
kid still look high?
the kid's still blinking fast, but looks at Todd and he's just like,
I'm just gonna slap fucking 5 gold pieces on the counter.
he's just looking at
50
Todd,
silver.
and
That should
eventually,
be more than enough.
yeah,
Just
eventually,
looking at me being weird.
he's just looking at you being weird, and then looks over. He's just like, "Is that really your son?"
Todd? Or the Visk?
And looks back to Todd.
Hi.
No, he's not my son.
I wasn't
I didn't
talking.
make that thing.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him, and points off into like the nothing.
Holy shit, you can see Ghost Dad.
You can see Ghost Dad. Okay, we have to kill this kid.
You can see Ghost Me.
You aren't Ghost. You are so friendly.
Mate, you don't know him at all.
And he doesn't know me. And the kid just keeps blinking.
Is this kid blinking in Morse code?
No, it's just kind of like a blink every few seconds.
Just making sure we're not getting a weird message off this kid. I'm pretty sure we're getting a weird message off this kid. Maybe not from the blinking, but I'm pretty sure we're getting a weird message from this kid.
Well, the kid can see ghosts, so yeah.
Okay, you guys pay the dues, and you can see that you guys get these single bed rooms, as each of you are able to find your way into like your own secluded little bit of space.
I'm gonna get a nice big bucket to sleep in.
I need one of those too.
Okay, so
I'm gonna doff my armor and contemplate some new ideas. Maybe when I wake up, I might finish some tuning and make a new infusion.
okay,
Ponder an orb or two.
Ponder my orb.
Ponder them orbs, bro.
is everybody just going to bed, getting some sleep?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, then
Anthrax is gonna keep watch.
I would like one Constitution saving throw from Evan.
Oh God.
Oh god, ah jeez.
Okay. 13.
As you go to sleep and really begin to doze off in the night here, you seem to have some kind of vivid, small connection. It seems like in your dreams, you can see the bag, your backpack. You can see only it amongst all the darkness. You can see your bag sits there, and you can see that the flap that holds it all closed begins to peel back as the bag begins to unravel and open itself and almost peel away as the single piece of corium. The chunk sits there, and it radiates that beautiful energy that you see. It's hard to take your eyes away from it. You're right. It seems to just radiate over and over again. But here in your dream, you can see that the rock almost begins to crack, and little bits of almost what could be like a small, like worm coming out the side of it. And it almost wants to reach out. You feel so far away. You feel like you can't interact with your dream here. But it only gives you one word. Hope.
Hope?
And then the dream ends.
That's awkward. Hope. What the hell? What was in that food? I was hallucinating.
Potatoes.
Oh shit, I might have drank some of that water.
The water.
Oh. Okay.
Drank from water. Oh god.
Evan,
I spend the rest of the morning kind of just
Evan, you wake up.
wide-eyed in bed.
You do wake up, but you can hear that there's a frantic sound outside the walls of the inn here. Like it's almost like sets of feet and trampling armor.
All right, well, I take a look out the window.
You take a look out the window. Like I said, it's only one floor here. Like
Okay.
it's a long one-story building. As you can see that many of the soldiers have prepared themselves with weapons, but you don't see them rushing towards the east side. You see them being completely split on both sides of the walls, the eastern and western sides.
Is the fox around me by chance? Do I see the fox?
There's nobody that looks like a fox around.
That thing's following me, I swear. Okay. What time? Like, how long does it feel like I've been out? Possibly. Like,
Enough
do I
to
feel
get
like
a long.
I've had a long rest.
Maybe about 5 more hours, so enough to get a long rest. Between like your short rest and your long rest, I'll count it to be a long rest. I'll give everybody the long rest attribute.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, I just get up and then kind of hastily put on my armor. It takes a couple minutes to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the off chance I get into a fight, because you never know. And then I go walk and knock up on Mixo's door and just knock on it.
I like slosh around and I like open up the door and I'm like, oh, fucking head. I'm wearing the bucket.
Like on your head.
I think the soldiers are beginning to format. Not format. Strategize and get out there and do something.
Give me a minute to get dressed.
All right,
I'll be right back.
and I go and knock on Gromit's door.
I raise out of the bucket. And...
Different bucket.
Oh, Gromit, are you in there? You awake?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah.
Different bucket.
Different bucket. Yeah.
Hey, I think
two guys in two separate buckets, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Gromit, I think we should get ready to move because I think something's going on outside.
Okay, let me get all my knives, my
Fair.
bow, and my arrows, and my poison darts, and my rapiers,
You didn't forget
and my
anything.
jug,
Jug. Okay, yeah. And then
and
what
my
was that?
daggers.
Don't forget that dagger over in the corner over there too.
And that one too.
And then I go and knock on Todd's door.
Yeah, hello. Hi,
Todd.
I'm awake.
Wake your
Yes.
ass up.
I'm up. I'm up.
The guards are going to do some shit and tell. Does Anthrax sleep?
No.
No, he doesn't. I've been watching him.
Jesus Christ!
Oh,
kid-
God!
Hold it!
Oh,
Do you
man.
sleep?
You've been here the whole time?
I do not sleep.
This kid creeps me out more than I creep me out. That's saying something.
You should have left him with Dean.
Hold it. Do you have parents in this town?
Not in this town.
What town?
The afterlife is not a town.
Oh shit! It's an orphan.
Well,
Yeah, that explains a lot.
that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
And Anthrax is gonna lean in real close.
He's just gonna
Visibly.
have this deadpan face with just the blinking face.
He's gonna say,
Give me your name again.
Alden?
All dead.
No, your real name.
All dead.
Real name.
He turns.
Oh wait, is this little Rona?
No, he turns his back. It's a boy. He turns his back and walks away.
I think he's just getting all dead.
totally, not ominous at all. Not ominous at all.
That guy's got some serious PTSD.
Did we seriously adopt that creepy little thing?
I didn't. You jerk.
Already, yeah. I don't think we get to do a take back, you know.
It is a
I'm not
church.
gonna let some priest take advantage of
You could do like a child drop off. Like it is a church.
You know, I remember last campaign we dropped off some kids in an orphanage, and that wasn't a good idea.
Maybe this is the kid we dropped off at the orphanage.
Maybe.
Who knows? An orphanage could be a bakery.
Dang. I don't know how that leads. Okay.
That was legit.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah. I wonder. Let's go check out these soldiers and see what they're rallying for. Maybe the town's under attack and I get to get some use.
Gertie, where's Gertie?
Oh yeah, Gertie. Dang, I keep forgetting that she's not here. Yeah. Gertie, you want to babysit again? The kid's a little weird, creepy. Can you handle it?
Oh, dear, my head still hurts. Would you just mind giving me 10 more minutes? I swear, 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes was 10 minutes ago.
Well, you worry about this kid, and we'll be back and try to get you up to date on the situation.
Okay. As you guys go to leave, all you guys hear from Gertie's room is just, "Good luck, all of you."
Oh, Jesus.
That just reminds me. I click my button on my all-purpose tool to attune a cantrip.
Okay. So would you guys want to go to the east or the west side of town? You guys could split up.
Anyone running about that we can ask which is going on first?
You could do that. Yeah, you could stop a
grab
guard.
a guard.
Okay. So you grab a guard. It's just like, hey, we're busy here.
What's going on?
Well, it's been a few hours now, but the Ratlings have gathered numbers to the east, and there are some freakish looking ones. And then the Vipers.
Oh,
the Vipers have come to the west, and they've brought Silas.
Well, if they got freaky ones, I'm gonna go there because if they smell me, no.
What do you mean if they smell you? Don't you smell fine? You just had you smell like clean water, my friend.
No, he smells like a grung.
I smell like a grung, and they go fucking nuts.
I can't help you there. I'm so sorry. He begins to walk off to his duty.
Duty.
Okay. What should we do?
Well.
So the imaging here
last
is
night we were checking out the west, right?
You guys were checking out the east. You guys came in from the west and went to the east. From here, you can see on the top of the pillars of the walls here, you can see that many soldiers line the walls with bows and arrows and crossbows. Some of them are readying the tar and stuff like that. But you can see that there's even foot soldiers by the doors trying to either barricade it, or many of them have drawn their weapons already. You can see that Cassandra is out at the left, and you can see that Lewis is out at the right side.
I just got to thinking, Anthrax. Where did you leave the cart?
To the west.
Yeah, I took to the west. It's with the idiot.
On the outside of the gate?
Inside.
Nope, outside. He couldn't get in.
Ooh.
Oh, he's probably dead.
Let's
Damn it. Okay.
that kind of makes our decision for us. Let's just go to that side and see. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, as you guys climb the walls and go up the stairways to the west side wall, as you guys see that there's many of the soldiers here, and you guys kind of cut your way through to see over the ledge, you can see that there is dozens of goblins, dozens of these hobgoblins and bugbears, but then there is a few that are riding owl bears as well. And then you can see one in the very back, one on a snowy owlbear, a large hobgoblin with a scar across his face and almost like a trident or a spear that crackles with thunder. And then down at the base side of the structure here, you can see that there is a caravan and there is a bald man wailing at the sides of the building. Just let me in, guys! I swear to God, I just don't want to die out here. I don't know what's going on. I was just trying to get to safety. I've got friends. I swear I've got friends.
Can we let that man in?
The guards look at you and they're just like, he's been acting crazy though. Are you sure he's not with the Vipers?
Fucking shit.
Are you sure he's not with the Vipers?
I think
He's without you, dickhead.
He's a little.
How are we supposed to know that? He just showed up like a few hours ago.
And we told him to come here.
Who told us that?
Regardless, we vouch for him. Can we get him in?
What's his name?
Dean.
Okay. If we ask him that, okay. You see a few soldiers like make their way down and like confirm the situation with him, and you can see the doors like ring open, and you can see that he also brings the caravan inside. As you can see that Dean like runs into the center of town and starts like kissing the earth on the ground, just like thanking that he's like inside somewhere safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him not know that we're here. Yeah.
We'll just let him do that for now, and we'll let him know that Todd did help him in.
Okay.
It was all Todd's idea.
Todd did it.
No, I had nothing to do with it. You guys leave me out of that.
The caravan looks in decent shape. Not like you guys left it, but it's in decent shape.
Look, eventually it'll fall apart, but until then, it served every purpose. Okay, so we're flat out like invasion mode surrounding the town, right? It looks like
there's a lot to the west. That's what you've noticed.
Okay.
I mean, the rats aren't going to do anything, I don't think.
But the Viper Gang might.
Yeah, these guys are dicks. So let's.
Well,
is there anything, or they want to talk, or what do they want to do?
The guard speaks up, and he's just like, "They're the ones who want to eliminate our freedom. They think that they live and fight for freedom, their freedom, the freedom that they are the only ones subjected to enjoy. They think that our religion is going to infract on their freedom."
So are we just going to wait until this town starves to death in here, or are you going to do something about the siege?
No. We will start firing, but not unless they make the first move.
They are surrounding your town.
Yes.
Like, don't give me that, oh, we're going to wait for them to make the first move.
Then we will get prepared.
Bullshit.
We will ensure that all our soldiers are in the right place before we attack.
Well, you better hurry up then, huh?
You can see that many of the soldiers are grabbing weapons, grabbing like bows and arrows from the lower levels and bringing them up.
I'm going to summon my bullet shrimp.
Is there any arrows like just hanging around? Like, do they have like large quivers where they can pick stuff out of?
Yeah, sure. What are you getting at? What would you like to do?
I want to touch them. I want to touch all of them.
Okay, I'll let you touch a couple of them for sure.
No, all of them.
Just going in. I could see you just chasing after like people with quivers, just like, come here.
Well, they gotta have like, I don't know. But yeah, I just start touching tips.
Okay.
Not even to touch that one. That one's too easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just touching tips.
Yeah, that's a whole
Touching tips.
thing.
Grung's a tip toucher.
Tip touch.
I gotta make
See,
it.
that's a derogatory term to grunts, tip touchers, because
Man, Grung's out here really touching the tips.
Brave in this day and age. Brave.
in this conservative medieval time, wow.
Very progressive.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let me touch your tips.
you guys are here.
Maybe don't go around saying that, mate.
Let me put poison on your arrows. How about that? Is that better?
There we go.
I'm going to
A lot less questions there.
I'm going to somewhat imagine it to be like this. By the way, I sent a picture of a quick doodle.
Okay. I gotta drive to another site, but I'll be listening. So don't kill anything with initiative yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about to be a war. Well, that's what these
Race war?
little
Race war?
towns.
Race war.
That's what they get for not having some kind of organized, like,
Militia?
coalition. They're more or less like, hey, every town fends for themselves, and we trade with each other, but we not related to each other, even though we're less than a day away from each other.
These towns really should get their shit together.
I know.
So is there
Yeah.
anything you guys would like to do?
I want to just. I am just antsy, waiting for the first thing to go off. I want to shoot something.
Okay, do you guys want to divvy up? Do you guys want to stay on one side? What would you guys like to do?
Oh, we're not splitting.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
no,
no.
You guys need to pick a
We're all
side.
sticking together.
Yeah.
Never split the party.
Let's pick the. Hold on. Odds is west. Evens is
Rats.
east. Oh, I got a 3. So the west side.
You guys want to stay on the west side then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the Viper Gang. All of you.
Yeah.
With Cassandra. Okay?
We'll kill the Viper Gang too. I care not.
The Rats don't seem to want to do anything, so
Show them what's up.
They say that, but they'll change their mind when they're in larger numbers.
what are you doing, asshole?
Okay.
How far away are they?
They're about 300 feet.
Smart.
Many of them are riding boars. Little goblins riding boars again.
I mean, I'll prepare to shoot another boar. That'll be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. So, as you guys are here, you can see that Cassandra comes up on your guys' side of the walls. She announces all the soldiers and you guys together. She goes, for the greater good. For the beliefs that we all have here. We're going to come together and keep this city alive. We are not going to let them penetrate the walls or conquer our city. We will eliminate every last one of them that try to invade. This is a time to show courage and not back down.
Could definitely get behind that message.
Ready your swords and do not fear death.
Yeah, not so much that message.
For them,
Yeah, I'm not gonna die.
do not fear. Allow them to taste the dirt they walk on.
That I can get behind.
Yep.
As you see that she pulls out a blade that has like a blue wrap on it. And you can see that it is like a nice shiny silver sword. Like a giant silver sword.
Oh, look at that shot thing.
Look at that Chinese silver sword.
The bugbears and hobgoblins and goblins out there begin to roar and begin to snarl. Their animals that they ride begin to trek their hooves into the ground and almost begin to charge before Silas puts his weapon up into the sky, and crackling thunder comes from the spear, and that's where we'll end the session.
So, I did, for the long rest, make an arcane infusion. I made an enhanced arcane focus out of the materials that I got for the staff, and I made a staff. And
Okay.
Enhanced arcane focus.
Did you also do a different tattoo? Or you just...
Well, it's the same. I still have a tattoo, but I figure whenever it comes to those infusions, I always envision it's like you do one per long rest, not two. And since I already did like that, I still have the silvery barbs tattoo that was used or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna say that. I mean, I think it is. You can only get once per and one infusion per long rest. Hold on, let me read that.
I mean, technically, you can swap out more than one.
But can you do because the item I used is gone essentially, right? Because it was the spell out tattoo. But so can I make 2 infusions and 1 long rest?
Technically, that's how the rules are supposed to go.
Oh,
is you can swap as long as you know the infusions, you can swap them out on a long rest.
Yeah.
But you can only swap between the ones you know on a long rest. When you level up, you can swap the ones you know for different ones. Like you can learn and forget the way you would a spell as a sorcerer.
Well, shit. Then yeah, I'm gonna make me another spell out tattoo as well.
Okay.
And I'll go with silvery barbs again, just cause.
Okay. So I guess coming to the end of the session, just the good, the bad, the ugly. What'd you guys think?
The rat was ugly.
The rat was ugly.
They're all ugly.
What Mixo did to the rat was ugly.
Yeah.
The fact that
nothing.
I
I
forgot
feel
to ask it.
Unjustified.
Yeah. I forgot to ask it any questions about the Viper Gang until after it was already tarred.
Okay.
But oh well.
Well, we'll just do it again to another rat.
Fuck that. Let's do it to the Viper Gang.
Yeah.
So is Silas a goblin, or is he just a guy?
Silas?
Silas is the big goblin.
Oh, I thought he was just a guy the whole time. I didn't know he was a goblin.
No, he's a hobgoblin.
Oh, okay.
He's a knob goblin.
Oh God.
Knob gobblers, yeah. It's too late, Alex. This is what they'll all be referred to as now.
What I sent you, how close am I? Come on.
Okay. Do you want me to say it out loud? Like what you said? And try to verify?
Message me back.
Oh, I was like, yeah, those are some interesting theories.
Yeah, those are some interesting theories.
I'd love for you to figure the answer out, but I guess I can just tell you.
Alright, guys, I don't know about you, but I am actually rather damn tired. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah,
I've had a long ass day.
You were yawning throughout everything, but
Yep.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys got some
I'm
getting super interested. I can't wait to get more information.
Okay. Get deeper into theory.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy my plane ticket this weekend. What time should I try aim the arrival and leave time? What would be best?
We can, if you want to do like a call, like we can all try to like work that out at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if we can get Kelly together as well, like we can try to really synchronize it because
Right.
Yeah.
because that would go a long way trying to synchronize it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am gonna hop off for the evening, guys. Thanks for having me, Alex. Thanks for a great session, man.
I'm glad.